going. I never know when we're live. It says we're live.
Then we're live. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. To all those that are watching over VOD, because we kind of did a last-minute pop-up stream, so no one's really here at the moment. But we're going to be talking about Carnival Miracle, our most recent cruise that we have just done. So this is going to be fun, because it's like we do a review, except we don't have the help of editing, Steven. So it's just like a raw review.
You get our real reactions here.
So just to recap, for those of you who did not see, we just uploaded a video about Carnival Miracle, our boarding day, day one, which was a completely unique experience because we only boarded at 5 p.m., you know, after the time that the ship should have left. We'll talk all about that as things go on, but that is our most recent cruise, and we decided we'd do a live stream because we didn't do a live stream the day of the cruise. So we're just kind of doing a quick makeup thing. We had extra time, so we're doing a pop-up.
Yes.
But this is kind of rough because we're not really planned anything other than we know we want to talk about Carnival Miracle, so we're going to try to do that. But for now, we're going to try and just stall as we hope people kind of join in on the live. But we'll see.
We have 3 people. I have 3 people.
Kind of our fault for doing a last-minute live stream like this. Usually, we don't do very many of them, but it helps when we do an announcement like the day before. But we didn't even do that. We did an announcement maybe half an hour.
We didn't even know the day before.
No.
We didn't even know half an hour ago. I got home from work and we were like, okay, live stream?
Yeah, I guess. That's kind of how it went. So that's why we're doing what we're doing, but we did want to talk about Carnival Miracle because we've been wanting to talk about it for so long. We're finally excited to release that video, in which, by the way, that is the best, and I mean seriously, that is the best timing for release because usually it takes a month after we go on a cruise. So the fact that we got it within a week and a half, kind of happy.
Yes, we are really excited to put out these videos.
Oh, man.
What's it say?
Mandarino, the Mandarino family. I swear. I think that's it. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Good to see you. Good morning. Don't have to say, Jalen, you don't have to say the name, I guess. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I got it.
You have to.
I do have it.
Last time
I do
you
have
made
it.
me say it.
I do have it. Okay, I see. I forgot. But I remember the name. You struggle with it. I'll cover it.
That's such a lie.
Okay, say it then.
It's because last time you were like, okay, Jalen, take the next comment, just because you didn't want to say it. So that's what that was
a little mean of me last time. Sometimes I do that. It's fun. Good morning, Tony. Also, it's morning. What the heck are you talking about? Good evening. But thank you for joining, chat.
The sun is still out.
The sun is out. In fact, it might as well be raising because that's how early in the day it is. Also, you just watched our Carnival video, which is awesome. Hopefully you liked
enjoyed it. We really enjoyed this series, so I hope you do too.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of fun with that specific vlog. Went way over than what we intended.
Yeah, we've been cutting our videos down to like maybe 20 minutes, and that one we couldn't get it down below 40 because there's just so many things that happened, which is so exciting.
We cut out a little bit. We talked more about the buffet in the video, but, you know, how much food can you really talk about in one day?
A lot.
There is a lot of food.
I really like food.
Carnival and food, actually really good thing. Good morning, Chris. You also just joined from Carnival Miracle. That's awesome. So it almost like we timed it right. We timed it where everyone just finished watching the video so you guys can join and have a chat with us. Did you like the video? I hope you did. I'm glad you were able to join the live, though. And got it. Nailed it. It only took us like 3 live streams or something, but we're working on it. We're working on names in general because we really can't say. If it's not a common name, I don't have a say it. For those of you that watched Miracle's video, I didn't say the dining room because I had no clue how to pronounce it. Not that I didn't know. I knew it was Bacchus or something, but it was definitely something I didn't know how to pronounce. So
I'm very used to my name not getting, like, no one knowing how to say it. So, you know, in elementary school, like, being called up to the stage for an award and my last name just being butchered. I'm so used to it.
Well, for her on cruises, because her name's so spelled special, like just very uniquely, everyone struggles with it.
Yeah. Yeah. People struggle with my first name, which to me is confusing because it's just Jay and Lynn. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's more confusing than that.
Also, Tony, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. And the Miracle is wacky.
It is. It just looks so different. It looks foreign in a way.
It feels like an Italian cruise ship, but
it really does. It really reminded me of MSC. I don't know why, but from the minute I stepped on, I actually thought we were on an MSC ship because last time we were on one, it was very similar.
Yeah, it had that unique look. It's weird.
But I will say, the grape dining room, the more I was there, the more in love with it I felt. I mean, grape chandeliers. If you watch the video, you guys know what I'm talking about. Grape chandeliers
is weird. That was weird. Because even like when I walked in, I was looking up. I didn't realize what it was. Just, that's
all the lights and stuff.
That's lighting. But it was fun. You thought the grape and the artwork was weird on the Navigator, but seeing this,
grape on the Navigator?
Is there grape? There's there grape stuff on Navigator?
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I've been on Navigator too many times, but yeah, it does kind of have that feeling. Are you sure you meant Navigator? Oh, wait. Do you mean that you thought that Navigator was weird, but then after seeing the grape and the artwork, that was even weirder? Because it was definitely really weird. But, it did just go through a refurbishment too, so they elected to keep that. They were like, this is fantastic. We're not going to change anything.
I mean, I love it. The grapes, it was unique. It gives it something to talk about. I mean, if it didn't have grapes, would I be talking about it right now? Probably not. I want to know, do the rest of the ships in the same class, or the sister ships, do they have other fruits? Do we have like bananas hanging from the ceiling on one of them?
I know, it does actually kind of make you want to try the other cruise.
Now we gotta book more to find out.
We were looking at other deck plans just to compare with Miracle to see if the restaurants and the bars and lounges were different as well. And they are. They're all unique on that ship as well. So there's completely different theming on the other ships, and we need to figure out what they are eventually.
Like watermelons hanging down?
But grape also feels Italian too, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
And I think it's more like a winery theme. I think it's not just like grapes, but it's winery Italian theme. Because think about like Olive Garden, their logo is a grape, or at least the old one is, right?
Yeah, I think.
And it's because they focus on their wines, their Italian wines. So I think that's kind of what they were going for.
In all fairness, the officer staff was all Italian, so that was,
Oh yeah.
It kind of is weird that an American branded cruise line feels more Italian at some points, at least in the old ships. It's kind of interesting.
But I also really liked it. Like, it was, the artwork on the walls was weird, but it gave me something interesting to look at. And I found I was always looking around the ship and always like enjoying the view because it was so different and so weird. So, I mean, maybe that's what they were going for. They wanted people to talk about it more and stuff, and hey, it worked.
I just don't think that a ship today would ever be designed that way. I mean, if you look at any of the new Carnival ships, they don't look like that at all. Not one bit. But, I guess 2004 was a different time. I'm not really sure. Mm-hmm. But other cruise ships from that time don't really share the same look. So
it's very unique.
It's weird that ship's only 2004, like the Disney Magic and Wonder, which are ships that we love. Well, we love the Wonder.
Never been on Magic.
But it's like basically the same. Looks so, nice, and it's just beautiful, and it's something that still stands today. But, and that's from 1998 and 99. So, 2004, it's weird. Maybe they just had a weird phase on Carnival. Theme park. Adrian, good morning, man. This ship gave me high school PTSD from my one and only Carnival cruise on the Ecstasy. That is... Well, the Ecstasy doesn't even exist anymore, so that's one thing. Also, you've been on a Carnival cruise? Can you, do some background or something on that? What? I just figured you'd only ever been on Disney. Right?
No, you can't just... Well, I mean, if he was in high school...
I guess that was a completely different time. But that's true. But still, that's an experience. Ecstasy from, a million years ago. We met a singer. No, it was a dancer. We met a dancer on board who went on the Ecstasy when she was like 6 or something to do like a ballet recital on board. And then she decided that that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to dance on cruise ships. And so she actually got her first contract with Carnival on Ecstasy.
Which I think is so cool.
But she loved that ship. So, you know, it's people like the old ships, I guess, in a weird way.
I mean, they have their own like cute uniqueness to it that sometimes gets lost in the bigger ships. Because when it comes to bigger ships, sometimes it's just like they just focus on capacity or making the best, like most technically advantaged stuff. And sometimes it's just a different vibe to go on an old ship. I love it. I'd see why people would want to work on an old ship.
That's true.
Versus a new one.
That's fair. But
heck yeah, I would do it.
She also does like if she wasn't working on the cruise, she would be Carnival loyal because she loves Carnival that much. So, Ecstasy, never been on it. Never will have the chance to ever again. But it's a ship. Also, JHNFD. Jeez. I can't read. Thank you for your vlog. It's helped me prepare for my first cruise tomorrow on the Radiance. Oh my gosh!
That's so exciting.
I assume Carnival Radiance, right? That's
what I would assume.
That's what I'm assuming. Carnival Radiance. And if that's the case, we love Carnival Radiance.
That was my first Carnival cruise. And that was the first time I've really like experienced a party, if that makes sense. And it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed that cruise. The ship is a little bit more crammed. I will say that. So like be prepared for that.
Yeah, it's a busy one on that ship.
Yeah. It's a fun ship.
It is fun. Hopefully you have a good cruise director. I'm not actually too sure on who's on board there right now, but
yeah, I don't know.
Carnival cruise directors, so far I'm 3 for 3. We've been really good with Carnival cruise directors. So as long as you have a great cruise director,
it honestly makes the cruise so much better.
And we'll talk a little bit about why we loved our cruise director, Louis. Also, Adrian, during high school, my friends and I wanted to do something cheap and cool for spring break, so we picked the Ecstasy. So he did have a choice, kind of.
That's cool, though.
That is fair.
I wish that in high school I went on a cruise. Like, knowing what I know now, that's why I was so happy that I could take my family on the cruise because, you know, they're still young and stuff, and it's just a different vibe. And in high school, I would have loved to experience that.
I will say that I think the experience from maybe like pre-pandemic is definitely different from post-pandemic because this Carnival is trying to clean up their rep a little bit because they're known for like obviously the booze cruise kind of thing, but a lot of the fights have been happening. Their ships have broken down in past, which
Catch on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Which is the sister ship to Ecstasy. I think it was like the Inspiration or something like that is the one that caught on fire in the engine room and then shut down the entire ship. So those ships went through retrofits because they had something where like the engine was right next to the propellers. So if you messed up one thing, it was just all done. But besides the point, what was I talking about again? Old ships.
No clue.
Oh yeah, I like what Carnival's doing now. It's a lot better. I feel like if I went on when I was younger, I would probably completely bash on it. I mean, I used to bash on Carnival. If you go back on, you know, maybe 2 years ago before I went on the Carnival Radiance, I would bash the heck on Carnival. Every time I saw a ship, I would purposely go like, oh, look at that ship. That ship's lame. That ship's no good. And then now...
Boy, were you wrong.
Now, I don't know if it would have been maybe what I was saying was true back then or maybe I was dumb back then. Probably both. Now I really like it. Actually a big fan of Carnival.
I really do think that Carnival is working their hardest to change their reputation. Because in my 2 experiences, I haven't experienced anything like fights or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they seem like they're a very clean cruise line. You know, they do all of the environmental stuff, everything that they can. They really push for it. By
the way, someone corrected me as a Triumph. Thank you. And it was an old ship. It was out of Long Beach, I'm pretty sure. I think. But, yes, we like them. And also, it was Carnival Radiance. Yeah, you're going to have a great time. Have fun. Enjoy Ensenada, or don't. Stay on board and enjoy the ship. Either way, I think you're in good hands. But, we like the Radiance.
Yeah, the Radiance was a lot of fun. And, I mean, I think that cruises are just fun. So, you can't really go wrong.
It is what you make of it. But have some chicken for me at Shack's Big Chicken. That is all-time favorite restaurant. It wasn't on Miracle. Really sad about it, but...
Guy's Burger is also really good.
Mm-hmm. Both are really awesome.
That's what I love about Carnival is their quick service food. Just quick tangent. They have the best quick service food in all of cruising, which makes me so happy because I love food. And I love food that's not just like buffet or main dining. And I love that there's so many options. It's
That's
all
true.
so good.
Yeah.
I mean, the Blue Iguana, which is the Mexican spot on the pool deck, make their own tortillas right in front of you.
Yeah.
And they're so soft and good.
It's through a machine, but still, it's like
No, it's literally
fresh.
they drop in the dough and they pull it off and make your tacos.
Yeah, so good.
How does Carnival have such good food?
Fernando, good morning. Did we end up booking on the Treasure? Well, I wasn't planning on announcing it, but since you asked, yeah, we actually did get on the Treasure. So, we're going with Theme Park Express, so if you like Disney cruises, he's going on that one too.
Yes, we are so excited.
Oh, actually, I don't know if you wanted to announce that. My bad. I assume, but what date are we going on? I don't know. Whoops. I don't know. I didn't realize he may not have announced that. I'm sorry, Adrian, if you cared or not. But we are going on it. Pretend that person that I just said doesn't exist. They're not going. I don't even know who the heck that is.
But yes, we booked it. We got it the day it released for our Castaway because we're finally gold, which makes me so happy.
Gold, which is so nice, but also we're so late. We could have gotten better cabins for cheaper and couldn't.
Yeah, but at least we got it earlier than DVC. Yeah.
Did DVC not release with
No.
Oh,
They were after us.
I didn't know that.
At least on the chart that I saw.
That's bad because I'm a travel agent and I booked people. Well, I booked platinum, so I guess it didn't really matter. But still, I should have known that. My bad.
But yeah, so we did get cabins and we're excited.
Yes, we are in the bottom of the ship. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where we are. But we're going. Also, the Z Show. Good morning. Why is everyone saying good evening? I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. Also, hi, Dave. Good to see you. Dave, specifically to you, they did release Icon of the Seas for 2025 and onwards, because I know you wanted a book on Royal Caribbean. It's kind of out of the price range that you wanted, so I didn't kind of send you anything, but I'd recommend if you're interested taking a look, because Royal Caribbean just released Icon only. The rest of the fleet hasn't released yet. It's just because Icon is so popular, they released just Icon sailings.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, so it goes all the way until April of 2026, which is a really weird thing to say. That's so far away. So, Dave, if you're still here, Icon. If you want me to send you some stuff, I can. If not, we'll wait till maybe Wonder or other Oasis-class ships open up. Get you on a better ship than Navigator. And also, this is the correction. This is Triumph. Thank you. Adrian, I spent too much time on cruise TikTok and see too many wild things from Carnival, so that's why I'm so hesitant to go back. However, I feel like departure location and itinerary make a difference. Well, I don't know. Californians aren't as wild as Floridians or people that go out of Florida for cruises, so I can't say for sure. Because everyone that I talk to always says that California is so much more tame than what it would be on the East Coast out of Florida. Or
kind of crazy.
Kind of weird, because I think that we're crazy people, but I guess we're really calm people in relation.
Retrospect.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I will say that a weekend cruise is going to be a lot more wild than a week-long cruise or even a weekday.
Even a 4-day cruise, because ours was a 4-day. Radiance was a 3-day. Radiance was absolutely wild, crazy party, which is,
amazing,
fantastic.
But it's party, be prepared.
But Miracle for 4 days, 1 day longer, was so much more tame. It was not the party cruise. It really wasn't. We had maybe one party, 2 parties, 1.5 parties throughout the entire voyage, because we missed Sail Away, and we had one silent disco, and then we had one farewell glow party, and that was it. We didn't really have too many parties on board that ship. So
yeah, and it definitely has to do with the length, because if you think about it, 3 nights are always the weekend, and who's gonna go on a weekend? Like, it's a weekend getaway. It's a party.
Weekends are wild.
That definitely does affect it. 100%. I believe that.
I swear to God, am I just 100% wrong? Was the Triumph really out of Galveston? I thought it was out of California. Was that not? Well, did we have another ship that had a problem out of Los Angeles or Long Beach?
Probably it's Carnival.
I didn't think they had more than one, but I could be wrong. I swear. Maybe because I knew someone that was on that ship that was stuck on the Poop Cruise is what it was called. And they're from California, but I guess I never just, I mean, it was years ago, so I never just maybe made the connection that maybe they just flew to somewhere else. I'm silly.
Airplanes
I don't know.
are a thing.
Airplanes, they were a thing back then, yeah. I don't know. Also, yes, celebration. We are going on. We're slow, sorry, but we got to it. Yes. And then can confirm that they are sharing a ship with us. Okay,
Yay!
cool. Yeah, they are going. I ignore what I said about them not going.
And that's for the treasure for anyone who didn't follow along with that.
Yeah, my bad. I guess he has to confirm now. No option. Oh, wow. What is the next cruise? The next cruise is going to be... Well, what is the next cruise? I don't know. I'm just kidding. The next cruise is Navigator of the Seas. We're going back on Navigator in December, which is our favorite... my favorite ship.
It's a ship. I mean, it's cool. I'm not going to bash on it. I had fun. Is it my favorite ship of all time? No.
Yeah. But we're doing it again because, weirdly enough, there's two ports in California for those of you who don't know. There's Long Beach, which is only Carnival exclusive, and then there's San Pedro, which is just 2 bridges away, maybe 10 minutes, and that's where every other cruise goes out of. And someone recognized us in the port, and they were like, wow, you're here in Long Beach? You usually always go out of San Pedro. And I was just like, I guess. We're trying to change that. That was such a weird interaction. But someone recognized us and just that we belong in San Pedro. So we're going back to what's supposed to be our home, aboard Navigator, which I guess is also supposed to be our home. Because now that'll be 6 times for me and 2 times for Jaylyn.
And that cruise is going to be like Steven's whole family.
Yeah, my turn.
It's going to be chaotic.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse.
In the best way.
I don't know what we're doing or what topic we're gonna cover. We may not cover a topic. We may just kind of vlog and just bring you along, because.
But I mean, how many people are going? Not like specifically counting, but just ballparking it.
There should be about 4,000 passengers on board. There's gonna be about 20-something people on board, so there's a good amount. There was 10 of us on Navigator for Jaylyn's family. There's gonna be 20 for my family, and we have Corey, who was who's been on the channel quite a bit. One of our friends. He gets to go with us, so it's nice to bring him along. We've tried to get Corey on other cruises with us. He's just a busy person. Don't know what that feels like. Mark, I just finished watching your newest video a few minutes ago. Is that the Carnival Monopoly I see in the background?
Sorry, this thing is there it is. This thing's mirrored.
I promise we didn't actually steal it.
Yeah, we didn't. No, that's a different day, huh? We stole it. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't not.
Let's just not talk about that. Anyways, Dave, Icon is still too expensive. That's what I thought. So yeah, we'll wait for Utopia. That's a good ship. I'm really excited for Utopia to come out. We're not doing it as of yet, but we should be. But we might not, because it's hard to do a 3-4 night for Oasis. We're in California, so to fly out to Florida for us would be kind of rough to only do 4 nights, unless we did another one of those side by side things. Anyways, just thinking out loud. To clarify, I thought the odd art from the Navigator on the stateroom halls were weird, but Carnival take the cake with the art.
Okay, yeah. I kind of loved them, but some of those characters were like, hello, sir. That's how we felt.
We didn't put all of it in, but there is a lot more interactions where Jaylyn would go up to the wall and mimic the picture. Some of them were funny, but there's so many different ones. I felt like it'd be a little overkill if we did 20 of them. So that's why we did the one. So you got the idea how we felt about the art.
My favorite little part is like when Steven goes, "What do you think, sir?" to the thing. When I rewatched that, I was dying of laughter.
That guy's face was just so interesting.
Is that weird to admit that I laugh at ourselves? Probably, but I do. The whole time I watch the video.
Fernando. Sorry, Adrian. Didn't mean to let the cat out of the bag. Yep, that's your fault. That's his fault.
Yeah.
I'm a jukebox. Put the coin in. It goes. I play music. Doesn't really matter. You put down the treasure for March. That's fun. Now you get to cheat, and we get to be the test dummies. So you know
Yes.
that what you're
Our
getting
videos
into.
will be out by then, so you will. Yeah, you'll know. You can be prepared. We will not be prepared.
Nope.
Not at all.
We're just going for it. We didn't even do it. Oh, sorry. Emojis don't show up on the text here, but yeah,
It did work.
it worked. Yeah,
We're not gonna disclose who made the post though.
But yeah, so just so you know, Wi-Fi toilet does work. I don't know why. I think we're talking about the last stream.
Okay, but I am gonna be honest and admit it didn't work in like all of them.
Yeah, some.
Only some.
50-50.
Because, not saying I was in the bathroom on my phone, but I may have come out and been like, Steven, the Wi-Fi doesn't work in there.
Yeah.
But that was like after we already
we scientifically walked into the bathroom, spent 2 minutes, tested for
Yeah,
Wi-Fi,
of
and then
course.
walked out. Did not use the restroom and the phone at the same time. I don't know why anyone would think
Who
that.
would do that?
Also, why did we talk about that last stream? I don't know. Let's just leave it at that. Tony, are you booked on the Carnival Forensics? Everyone's just asking us about going on inaugural sailing. Well, going on ships that are coming out.
Well, of course.
Yes.
What else do you do?
Yes, we are going on the Carnival Forensics. We announced that last stream, so I get to tell you, yeah, we are going on it. We're going on the inaugural sailing for that one. So I hope that there are other YouTubers on that one, so we get to meet other people. It'd be cool. It's kind of weird that we've been on so many cruises, but we never really meet any other people. We have to actively get in somebody's ear and like spam the heck out of them to let us book on the same date that they happen to be booking. Not going to mention who that is that we did that to, but that's the best job.
But I'm
we have.
super excited for the Carnival Forensi because it is going to be my first time ever doing an inaugural sailing. And yours? Not yours. And
Yeah,
yours?
it'll be my first time ever
And
doing a
yours.
true inaugural sailing. I did the inaugural sailing for Los Angeles aboard Navigator, which is not the same because Navigator was a ship for years on end before it went to Los Angeles. So,
But
that's what-
I'm super excited to get to experience what an inaugural sailing is like because it's going to be so different, I think. So, and I'm excited to go back on Carnival.
yeah,
I honestly, after this cruise, I'm not the kind of person who thought I would enjoy Carnival. After the Radiant, I was still on the edge. I was not feeling the greatest, and it was cold, and I don't know. I just didn't have the best time. But after the Miracle, I will say that I am totally Team Carnival now. Got my hat.
got the fun,
Got
the
the
fun
shirt,
gear.
the
We're ready. We're ready to go on Carnival.
So we're super excited to go back on to Carnival.
Yeah. So I'm glad we get to do inaugural
Yeah.
sailing. Also, I'm going to skip a few just to stay on the same topic really quickly. We'll be with Beach Please, Sharon at Sea, and Perry DJ, which I do love Perry DJ, so I'm really excited. Also do like Sharon. They're a really cool family. I don't really watch Beach Please, but it'll be cool to meet them. I'll have to do some research.
Yeah, we have to come prepared.
Yeah.
Have all of their videos memorized.
They're like all these giants and stuff, and it's going to be like, oh, hi, we're a small channel. I'm sure they're nice people. I feel like everyone in the cruising community is really nice because you're on a cruise. It's hard to be
You
really
don't
negative.
you don't want to piss someone off on the cruise. Throw
Yeah.
you overboard.
Yeah. That's why we have
But-
such a great relationship. We're always at sea, so we always have to make sure that we don't make each other really mad, or else
The beds get split in the stateroom.
or else you get thrown off the ship. But same thing. What do you wish that they will change during Navigator's dry dock? I vote stateroom. Yes, I think that the Navigator of the Seas need to update the staterooms. I will say that there are cabins that were added in the upper part of the ship, like where the gym should be on other ships. They added cabins there, and those cabins are fantastic. They're beautiful, but the old cabins didn't get touched, and those need help. They really need help.
I don't know what I would change.
Mainly just the cabins. I think that's the only thing, because when it got amplified, just about everything got touched on the ship. All public spaces got redone, And that's just kind of it.
I will say that I hope that they do not touch the water slides, because that is the best water slide at sea, hands down.
That is
that I've done, because I've not done very many, so that opinion doesn't really matter. But
well, we did the Disney Fantasy slide, which is pretty much the same thing.
No, this one went so fast. It was insane.
That's the
one on Navigator?
Yeah, Aquablaster Navigator. Yeah, that one. Fantastic slide.
So if they touch that, I'm be so mad.
But one thing that I really want for Navigator is I really want them to paint the ship blue, the hull of the ship blue, like they do the rest of the ships in the fleet. Like this one, right? There's the Wonder of the Seas right there, and it's painted with that blue hull. And I really would like it if they did that. Freedom of the Seas looks so nice with it, and I feel like all white ships. No one's doing that anymore. Carnival has changed it so that way they have the blue livery in front, and then Princess has the Sea Witch on it, and Disney just has black, or a really dark blue that looks like black. What else are their ships? Norwegian has the beautiful artwork on the front. So, like, Royal Caribbean, catch up with the rest of the ships.
Doesn't Disney have the little character, Mickey, right there?
They do.
Like
they do have.
Is
Their.
Is that the same thing we're talking about?
Not quite. I just meant that the ship is like all white. Like. I'm weird. Leave me alone. Dave, you're planning on doing a back-to-back. That is smart, actually. That's a good way to do it. You get to go to Coco Cay twice and Nassau twice.
Excited about Coco Cay twice. Yeah. Nassau's like,
Yeah. Home movies. Just finished the new Carnival video. Excited for the rest of the series. What a fun and unique ship. Yes! It was a fun and unique ship.
It really was. And I feel like the more we did on it, the more in love we fell with it. And I really want to do it again. Between the staff and the ship itself and the activities, I really enjoyed it. Like, I feel like it's weird to... What are you staring at?
I was trying to read a comment ahead in the future. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You just looked like you were either glaring or falling asleep.
They're just so far away from me. It's right here. I have it on two screens. I'm looking at the further one for whatever reason.
Anyways, yes, the rest of the series is going to be one to watch because we really enjoyed the whole thing.
Yes.
And our port days, we did really fun activities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're caught up on our Instagram, then you know. We did golf carts in Catalina, and we did segways in Ensenada, which he's been trying to get me on a Segway for 2 years because that's how long I've been cruising. And
I finally did
it, and it was amazing. So be sure to check out those videos. They're also going to be amazing.
Yes. I'm actually working, I was working on the next one, and it's looking good so far. Really excited. Just saying. We actually got a cruise vlog out within 2 weeks of the sailing. So,
That's how excited we were about it.
We were really happy with it. Anyways, Adrian, speaking of Wi-Fi and toilets, the premium Wi-Fi worked perfectly in the bathroom of our stateroom on the Fantasy. That's good to hear. So maybe now we will buy Wi-Fi whenever we go on those ships.
I don't know. The Dream was still awful with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that is fair.
But we're probably not going to go back on the Dream anytime soon.
No, I don't think we will ever go back on the Dream. Unless it randomly showed up in California, then maybe.
No, because the Magic came here, or is coming here, and we didn't.
Yeah, but that was just timing. This was our off season. Our fall is like our off season.
Yeah.
All of our cruises next year are all planned for early spring through early summer.
Like late winter, early spring.
And then we drop off in fall. It's like we're preparing for hurricane season, but... Well, we did have a hurricane in California this year, but we don't normally have hurricanes, so it's kind of weird. It's just kind of when we don't cruise. I don't know why. It'd be a good time. Maybe we should go chase a hurricane next year. Or not.
Okay.
We just don't cruise at that time, so... Why was I talking about that? Oh yeah, so that's why we didn't do the Magic. That's why we didn't do that. Even though it's here in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
It's coming to San Diego very soon.
Yes.
I'm with Jalen. I still hold the record of the longest slide at sea.
Until Icon comes out, yes.
I don't think Icon's taking the longest water slide. They're taking the tallest.
There's a difference?
Yeah, one would be height. oh, that's really tall. And the other one's going to be like...
Oh, I thought they were taking
length.
the longest. I thought they were taking the long... I thought they were taking the longest. I could be wrong.
I don't actually know. I should...
I'm going to Google that because that's bugging me.
Dave, Nassau days I plan to spend on the ship exploring. Actually, that's great. That's a great idea because
Good
most people
idea.
will probably get off and you'll have a really empty utopia. And that actually sounds really, really nice. Home movies. We just got off of Freedom about 2 weeks ago. Actually had a fun stop in Nassau. Went to a pretty cool pirate museum, which...
Ooh, a pirate museum?
We should do that one day.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Makes sense.
Did you know that was a thing?
I might have. Oh, no.
And you didn't tell me.
Am I thinking of
Yeah.
Key West?
Yeah, they had museums. Okay, next time we go to Nassau, which we are going to Nassau next year, right?
No, I don't think we have any plans to go to Nassau.
Oh. Wow, we go to Nassau so much, I feel like. Every time we're on that coast.
We usually always go to Nassau, and then this time we're not going.
Okay,
well, we're
next
not
time
really
we're going to Nassau.
Going to that coast.
Wait. Does he say if the museum was cool? Oh, yeah. Would recommend doing it. Okay. We're doing the museum this time.
Good.
It's done.
We're running out of things to
We
do
already
in
booked
Nassau.
it.
Also, hi Chevy, and hi Annabeth. Also, chill out on the comments. I got you. We're coming as fast as we can. We're really slow, but we're reading through
10
as
times.
fast as we can.
Annabeth has been on Disney 10 times.
Annabeth, I have been on Disney 10 times. That's cool.
I didn't even notice the I have part.
We have been on Disney 5 times, both of us. Not together though.
The food is very good.
Food is very good on Disney. Well, I mean, we are excited. We are gonna go on The Treasure, like we announced earlier. So we're really looking forward to going back on Disney. We did have a bad experience on the Dream, but that was with Wi-Fi and other things that...
There was a lot of things that went wrong on that cruise, and it kind of put a bad taste in our mouth for Disney. And ever since then, I mean, I was like, that was my cruises were Disney. And then we did that, and it was like, now I just don't feel as excited to go on them. And I know it's just one experience, and that shouldn't help me out. Come on, words. And that shouldn't like deter me or determine how I feel about a cruise line. But as of now, it does.
We did have 4 really good experiences past.
We did.
So it's just...
So I still love Disney Cruise Line. I'm so excited to go back on. But sometimes I'm just like, it's so expensive and we just had such a bad experience that,
Yeah, it really did put a bad taste in our mouth. But, you know, it can happen on any cruise, any ship, any time.
It really can.
It just also coincided with the fact that we no longer got discounts for Disney cruises because we were getting like the 25 and stuff for rebooking or whatever for all the cancellations. So that really helped. And then when that stopped happening and paying full price, it was like, oh, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this so much because Carnival and Royal Caribbean and things like that.
Hurricane Hunter is going to be the longest raft slide at sea on Icon.
Adrian giving me bad news. Apologize in advance. Icon may... Why'd you capitalize may? Not happen. You should capitalize not.
This isn't a grammar class.
I've become an English teacher, even though I don't know how to read English. We just snagged a killer deal on a cruise in fall of next year. However, Utopia is looking more likely. Well, I guess now we will fly out to go do Utopia for a week. Boom! Changed our mind like that. Honestly, I don't know. If we go, we could have to add on more cruises than just Utopia. Utopia's a little expensive.
Is Utopia's the one after Icon?
Yeah, Utopia is going to be the Oasis class ship that comes after Icon of the Seas.
They're coming out with another Oasis class ship?
Yeah, the last one. It just, they just got it out of, they just did the float out, which is the last time that they will do that for an Oasis class ship, which is kind of weird. It's kind of been the era of Oasis for 10 years? A decade, almost a decade. And so we're getting our last one. Kind of hit me right now. That's interesting. Because no more Oasis classes after that. Also, would be happy to be a mod. I would appreciate that if I knew how that worked. Like, that means he can work on keeping the chat clean and banning anyone if anyone had... Oh, I could just hit the 3 dots and it just does that. Can't manage block words. We'll go with this. Boom. Adrian, you're now a moderator for us. I appreciate that. Thanks for volunteering. You know, I never really thought to have those because...
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, we don't really have that many people usually in chat, so...
Okay, let's see.
All right. Skipping ahead real quick. I'm just saying it may not happen, lol. Emphasis on may, because it could happen. It could not, depending on the price, lol. Adrian, if you're serious about booking an Icon of the Seas sailing, I'm just saying that...
Here we go again.
There's really good discount.
How about this? Check out Good Morning Adventures.
.com.
With an S?
There's no S.
No S. Good Morning Adventure. It's really confusing, you guys.
GoodMorningAdventure.com.
GoodMorningAdventure.com. We have the prices listed there. And then you know. You know.
Then you'll know.
And anything that's not on there is just like way more expensive.
Yeah, Icon... Someone just reached out to me yesterday, too, and was asking for, looking for a deal for under $3,000. And I was like, ooh, you are crazy for asking for that price for Icon of the Seas. One, their new sailings that released were not under $3,000 in general. They start above that, above $3,000. So and they were asking for February of next year, so like the 3rd sailing. So it was kind of like a under $3,000. That's really hard to match, but we can get really close. And much better than what you would pay if you just booked directly with the cruise line. So, just saying, it would be cheaper than the Fantasy. Not Fantasy. The Treasure. It would be cheaper than the Treasure. Well, I mean, if you paid regular prices, I think you got a discount because you booked on board, so that's cheating. But if you booked the traditional fare, like what we're paying, it's cheaper to do Icon of the Seas if you booked through... It doesn't, you don't have to like book any other cruises with me. It's just to get you that deal specifically on Icon. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, just because our travel agency that we go through has good deals. So that's why.
So that's why. It's it would help. It would make things a lot better for you. And you could go on Icon, which I care more about than anything. I don't know why. It's just
I don't know why either.
We're going on your cruise. We're going on the Treasure. We're going on the Treasure because we wanted to. But we're going with you, so you should go with us on Icon. It's just fair.
Okay, next topic.
Anyways, more important. Mods are important. The more you grow, the more you need it. That's true. Well, I will start considering more mods in chat. I just don't really stream enough to have regulars. But you've been here actually for like all of our streams recently. You know, our once a month stream.
Yeah,
but
I was like all of our one stream.
3. We've had 3. You've been here for all 3, so I really appreciate it. And then Andrino agrees. Mod Adrian. So we did a good thing. People agree with that. I feel like I missed something.
Oh, what about that one? Yeah.
Home movies hitting Voyager in December, Allure in January, Alaska on Quantum in September of 24, and aiming way in advance, but probably gonna do a long Greek Isles trip in 2025.
Ooh, wow. You're busy.
That's awesome. Voyager.
Wow.
I would like to do Voyager. It's the name of the class. Voyager class.
Is
Navigator, Adventure, Explorer, all those are Voyager class.
They are?
Yeah. Voyager, I think, goes out of... Well, used to go out of Texas, I think. I don't know where it goes out of in December.
That's super exciting. Allure, that'll be exciting, because that's an Oasis class ship?
Yes, it is.
That's an Oasis class ship. So that'll be fun. And Alaska on Quantum, that's the one I'm most excited about for you. Yes. Just, yes.
September, though. That might be a rough month. This entire September month, because we've actually had people going on cruises through our agency. People have been telling me that the weather has been really bad this year in September. I don't think it... I mean, Alaska, weather. You can't predict it. But this year, a lot of rain. A lot of rain. I know the last 3 weeks...
I mean, it rained on our cruise, too.
That's true. But I mean, like, heavy rain.
Oh.
I've been getting pictures of current Alaska cruises, and it's, like, pouring. But there's some days where it actually is clear, so
but
it just kind of depends.
Quantum of the Seas is the ship to do for Alaska. It's the only ship we've done for Alaska that I've done for Alaska, but it is the ship to do for Alaska. I love that ship.
You seem to be pretty savvy enough with all those cruises planned. I think you already know that you got a good ship planned. Better than Ratings of the Seas.
And Greek Isles trip. That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a new bucket list item for me?
Greek Isles? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. We don't have any plans to do Europe anytime soon.
Oh, I wish, though. Soon, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Y'all's videos have been a huge help in planning and getting excited. Yeah, I'm glad that we're able to help you. Also, it seems like we've managed to hit 2 out of 4 of the ships that you're planning to do. And I think earlier you said Freedom? So 3 out of 4. Are you just copying us? I mean, I guess we might copy you for Greek Isles later, but...
Did we do Voyager?
No, we didn't do Voyager. We did Allure. I did Allure out of Texas, though. So now in January, it's going to be a 3 or 4 night, which...
I did not do Allure. That's why I was confused.
And then Alaskan Quantum. We did that. And then if you went on Freedom, which I think that they did.
Well, someone did. I remember.
I'm pretty sure it was home movies. Then, boom, we nailed it. We were just like predicting other people's itineraries. What is your favorite restaurant? McDonald's. I'm just kidding. We don't have to answer that. What's your favorite restaurant on a cruise ship?
On a cruise ship, like all in all, every cruise ship we've ever been on.
Yep. I'm curious.
Restaurant like
specialty,
buffet,
quick service, whatever you want. Mine is Big Chicken from Shack on Radiance.
Really?
Yeah, that is. I love chicken. It's really good. So.
Ooh.
I will book another Carnival cruise just for that restaurant.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Azumi's because they have hibachi and sushi.
I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, Azumi's is a great one.
I won.
I don't know, chicken or sushi.
The real thing I was thinking though was like, does Disney ships restaurants beat Azumi's?
Well,
I mean, in a way, yes, because you get a full experience. Like, you get shows, you get to talk to Crush, you get to watch your animations come to life. Animator's Palette may or may not be my favorite Disney restaurant.
That's fair.
But once I go on the Magic, that might change to Rapunzel. But anyways, is that whole experience better than sushi or hibachi? Because those are amazing.
Hibachi's a show in itself, so
yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's true. That is a show.
Is it more magical when the guy flips his spatula multiple times in a row than Crush talking to you?
And I like the snake.
Oh yeah, the snake. There's so many different cool things. Hibachi.
But yeah, favorite restaurant? That's a hard one. But those are my options. Those are my tops.
Good morning, Tim. When's the next cruise? December 8th on Navigator of the Seas. Really looking forward to that one. You have to go on Navigator again. But yeah, it's gonna be a while for us. I'm excited. I am.
I'm so doing the water slide. I don't care if it's December. That water slide is so fun.
Okay, good luck. It's not the Caribbean. It gets real cold out here. But I read this one already. Read this one, and then we'll see how these fantasy videos do. Then I'll get back to you on Icon for those deals. I'll hop on your site after the stream. Please do. And then also, I guess we will just rewatch the fantasy videos for all of our free time, just to hopefully help and get it out there more. You gotta do what you gotta do. What show would you like to see on the Treasure? Because there's one show that is unannounced yet.
Ooh.
What show would you like to see?
Oh, like for the unannounced show?
I imagine. I think that's what the question is, but yeah.
Oh. Okay, wait. Is it supposed to be a show that's like Beauty and the Beast kind of show? Or is it supposed to be like a Disney Dreams show? Do we know?
We don't know what it's going to be, but if I had to guess, let me think. What's on the Wish? It's the Adventures at Sea or whatever one, which is going to be on the Treasure, and then it's Aladdin and Ariel. So I imagine if they're going to copy what they did on the Wish, it'll probably be another production. Hopefully original. It would be kind of unfortunate if we just got more of the same shows, right?
So, Disney Cruise Line specific show?
No, I think
or
it'd have to be
Frozen, Rapunzel.
Probably like that. It'd probably be one of those.
Okay. So if we're talking...
No, I would like to see a show.
A show about...
It would be nice if it was about a couple who goes on different cruises and then they... Just kidding. No, it'd be hard to come up with one of those.
I didn't know. Okay. Moana. Because I love Moana.
I would love Moana. That'd be so cool.
Moana's just amazing.
Can Moana really be done? Because
Yeah.
it'd be on the boat the entire time.
No, the stage would be the boat. The stage would turn into the boat. And then it also would not be the boat. And they wouldn't be on the boat the whole time. There's so much more to that movie than just being on a boat.
That's all I remember. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you're right.
Like, think about how cool a Kakamora scene would be, where they're fighting the little coconut men. Be, like, repelling from... No, wait. They could be, like, repelling from the ceiling. You know how, like, Tarzan swings around? Mm-hmm. But it would be coconuts.
I think...
Now I hope that they do that.
I think I would really like Encanto. Oh, that would be...
One.
That's the one... Moana was the one that I wanted for a long time. And then I saw, like, some live action, live productions of some songs from Encanto, and I really liked it.
Would be really cool.
And I think it'd be
and I think that it'd be really feasible. I mean, can they swing coconuts from the ceiling? Maybe. Can they make the entire theater crack? 100%.
Yeah, 100% they could do that.
100%. It would look so cool.
I was thinking, how would you do that? And then
like the candle would be perfect. The house, like Casita, she could be the stage. It could actually work so well. I'm kind of like an artsy person, so my mind is running wild with this question.
That'd be really fun. I would really like that. Also, if I had to guess, says Adrian, it would be a show similar to Believe or Dreams. Both those shows that perform on the final nights of the cruises and are kind of mishmash of different Disney songs and characters.
That'd be cool.
It would be nice to get another one of those, but to me...
If Moana can be in it.
To me, the one that is the first night, which I don't know the name of because I didn't see it, that to me is what those shows are. Because even though it's not on the last night, I feel like it usually goes by class. At least, then again, Disney is not really keeping any traditions with it, but usually, like, Believe is always on Dream and Fantasy. You know, Dreams, even though it should be on the Dream, is on the original Magic and Wonder. So I feel like that's what that show is.
Oh, so it's going to be the same show as The Wish?
Because they have one show that already matches The Wish, I don't think they will. But I could be wrong. You might have a better guess than I would. I don't really know much about anything for Disney Cruises.
Yeah, I honestly, because you said there's one show unannounced, but they've announced the other shows.
Yeah, because it's going to be the same show as The Wish, and there's going to be Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. So So I think it would be another show like Beauty and the Beast. Or Aladdin.
At least to me.
One of those.
I don't know. Then again, could be.
Well, are they going to do Golden Mickeys on this cruise too? Because you have to remember, The Wish is only 3 and 4 nights.
That's true.
This is going to be 7 nights.
There is no... Golden Mickey's is only on the Dream and Wonder. So, I guess it could be different. I don't know. It'd be cool to see Cinderella, though. I know that Cinderella's already on the ship, but it'd be really cool to see that show in general.
I was kind of thinking that. I was like, Cinderella would be a cool one, but she's already in a lot of the shows. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I don't know. I would love to see all of that.
I would like to see... I don't know. I just like any of the shows
but
that they put out so far.
I would definitely like it to be something that's never been seen before.
Yeah, if they put out... I think like Beauty and the Beast... Beauty and the Beast is taking that for me. If they put out another show that's already on another ship, I will be really disappointed with them.
Frozen.
Yeah, let's get another Frozen. Home movies. We live in Austin, so that explains the Texas stuff. Are you going on Harmony of the Seas? You should do that one. Voyager will still be in Galveston, so I was right. Just no longer probably after. You're right. Mariner's taking control after. And you've also been on Mariner. Man, where are you on the Complete the Fleet list? Because it seems like you're getting pretty far out there. It's Mariner, Voyager, Freedom. Then you've got Allure, Quantum coming up too. I'm sure you've done more too. It just seems to be. I'm guessing. I don't know. But you seem like you're pretty far away or pretty far up on the Complete the Fleet.
Harmony. You said that they should do a Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that the movie takes place on, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Love at Sea.
Love at Sea. Yeah, Harmony.
We talked about it in the last live stream.
Yes, Royal Caribbean has a Hallmark movie called Love at Sea, and it takes place on Harmony because
I met casually met the lead in that on stage in front of thousands of people. I don't remember the number anymore. Thousands of people, just bragging.
Oh my gosh.
I have to bring up Carlos any chance I get. I can't not.
The Penavega family. They do vlog too.
Yes, and they've started to release them again because they.
And I think they're the godparents of Symphony too.
Something, yeah.
So that's the dream life right there. To be, who cares about the fact that they're the famous singers or actors, but that they're godparents of a ship.
No, that is cool.
Every day that you think a YouTuber will be a godparent of a cruise ship, that'd be interesting.
They were just on a cruise.
Yeah, they were too.
And Steven knew the ship just by the plate they were eating on. I'm serious.
That's not.
Not saying that he's psycho about cruising, but I sent him the photo. I said, "What ship is this?" And he knew it was a plate.
Yeah, it was from a specific restaurant that is only on Oasis of the Seas, and that's why I got it.
Still a plate.
Portside Barbecue. That's the only one that was there. The only ship that has it. Anyways, will we go on the Disney Cruise Line Magic?
I hope someday.
It's on our list. We were hoping to do it in 2024, but then they decided that we're not good enough to get the Magic again, back to back.
Yeah, because we can't get it this year when they're coming. It's just too expensive and the timing's not right for us, which broke both of our hearts because that was Steven's first ever cruise, right?
Yeah.
And so he, especially out of LA.
Yeah, there's two dreams that I had. It's either one, I really wanted to do the Disney Magic on a Panama Canal, which we tried. We tried to do the math to make that work, but we would have to give up so many other cruises to do it, and I didn't think it was worth it. I mean, that'd be a world without anything after. So, gave up on the Panama Canal cruise, and then the next thing, I would love to do it on a Mexican Riviera because that was the first ship for me, and that was the first itinerary, the Mexican Riviera, going to Cabo, Puerto Vallarta, and Mazatlan. And it would just be really nice to relive that. I mean, Ensenada is really nice and whatnot, but a 3 and 4 just seemed too short to go on a ship that I wanted to really relive the memories of. So we couldn't make it work on either front. And then even just the 3 nights and 4 nights were just a little too priced up for us.
Yeah.
To just go for 3 or 4 nights. It just wasn't that great of a deal.
But I really want to go because of the Rapunzel restaurant. Rapunzel and show, right? They do Rapunzel on board. Show. I'm obsessed with Tangled.
Coco. They're going to do Coco. Calling it right now. Putting it down right now. They're doing Coco on the Treasure. Oh. Just like they're going to copy, because there's Rapunzel, the restaurant, and then they have the play. I don't know if that would actually legitimately make sense.
Yeah, but the Frozen restaurant doesn't have the Frozen play.
But it does exist.
And the Tiana restaurant doesn't have a Tiana play.
But they should. I guess it would be hard to do frogs.
No harder than a beast and plates.
That's fair. Anyways.
Or lions,
There is a lion. Is Lion King not on any of the ships?
No, it's not. Huh. I don't think so.
Has it ever been? I don't know.
I don't know, but I saw it on Broadway in New York.
Any really Disney cruises planned soon? The Treasure in as far away as possible. Home movies. I'm a noob. My wife is a seasoned pro. That makes sense. Well, that doesn't make sense, but usually...
Wow, you've done a lot.
Yeah. Not sure what ship she's been on, but together we've done Independence, Mariner, Freedom, and the Disney Dream.
Oh, wow.
With those other cruises to come. It's kind of like the same thing that Jalen is. I have way more ships because I've been doing it my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but a good amount of it. And then she joined in and started doing cruises.
Actually, we're coming up on October, right?
Mm-hmm.
October will be my cruising anniversary.
Yeah, 2 years.
And it'll be 2 years.
And she's completed how many ships?
I think we just went on my 12th cruise.
Maybe I think it was 13th.
Yeah, but they also weren't all new ships because I did the Wonder 3 times.
Mm.
Other than that, they've all been new ships. That's the only ship I've repeated.
The Wonder?
Is Disney Wonder. Mm-hmm. Because it is amazing. which is why I want to go on the Magic too.
Yeah,
It's just a Rapunzel version of the Wonder.
we're working on the Complete the Fleet for that one too. That one's a little harder though. We're going because as soon as the Disney Adventure comes out, game over. We're out of it.
I like how that's harder than Royal Caribbean and their 31 ships or however many there are.
I feel like I don't know. I'm like a good amount. You can't see it, but all the ships are right over there.
Oh, more. Oh, yeah.
Boom!
Those
all
are
of them.
Disney
and then
all
Disney
up
all the way
there.
up there. But then yeah, like the whole Royal Caribbean fleet right there.
And that's not even all the cruises he's done, because sometimes we can't get the ship models.
Yeah, that one's always a hard thing to do too. Ship models aren't always available. But yeah, that's kind of the case for her and I. I was the season one, brought her to the light, like your wife brought you to the light, and then now you've been saved in a way. Now you know cruising is the best thing in the world. At least I hope you think that, or else it'd be really awkward to be going on that many cruises. Like if you hated cruises, it'd be really rough.
That would be a rough life for you.
It'd be really rough.
I don't know how you could hate a cruise, but you know.
Kind of tough. How about that Oasis class Christmas gift I suggested last time?
Yeah, how about that?
Well, you wouldn't know about it until Christmas.
Okay, I'll cover my ears and you can tell him. Did you tell him?
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing it?
Nope.
No, we're not doing it?
No, we're not doing it. Or are we doing it? I don't know. I will say that we really wanted to do Texas. Speaking of home movies home, we really want to go to Galveston and conquer Texas and do everything there.
That was kind of our plan for January. We were planning it out and stuff, and then other cruises came along that we decided trump it, like Icon, Treasure, which isn't for longer away, but still.
That one definitely affected it. And then Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
Back-to-back
That's
Alaska.
Honestly, that's what...
Alaska was what it was. We decided to put our effort in Alaska because of how good our series did on Quantum.
And because Alaska's amazing, and I just
really
really want to go for 2 weeks.
The other thing, the issue I have with Galveston is that we would just go to the same ports over and over and over again with not very much variation, because all of the Galveston ports, or all the Galveston ships, really only do Western Caribbean because it's too far to go back east. It takes a lot of time to get over to Cozumel. It takes more time and effort to get over from the Caribbean, or from like Florida to Cozumel than it does. What am I saying?
I don't know.
It's further for Galveston to Cozumel than it is for Florida to Cozumel, which is a weird thought to think, but that means that there's really not much access for any of the cruises. You can't really do much else. So it would be really tough for us to do it. It'd be just going to Cozumel and maybe Costa Maya, which we do love.
And experiencing the ships.
That's true, yeah.
A lot of sea days.
Dream itinerary that we really wanted to do, since we're not doing it, but we wanted to do this. We wanted to go on Jubilee, which is going to be the brand new Carnival ship. Thank you. It's going to be the brand new Carnival ship. So then that's something that we really wanted to do, and then we would have gone Harmony right after with maybe Regal Princess, which is also there, I think. So that would have been like the dream thing to do. It would just knock out all those in a few weeks, and then we would have just dominated to do that. But since we had plans for Alaska, we canceled those plans to do Texas, with the option to do it maybe in the fall or the following year. I'm not sure, but Texas did really good for us.
We'll probably do it at some point.
Allure did really good for us too. So there's just so many things we want to do, but there's only so much time and limited money, and I don't know. It takes us forever to edit videos, so that also slows things down. It'd be hard to pack in more cruises in January. But yeah, ultimately it's not happening in January, but that's okay. Grew up in a Disney Parks family. That was our preferred vacation. Her family always cruised. Now that I've tasted cruising,
no,
to win it.
That's actually us.
That's
my family.
Us.
That's what we did. Like, we didn't do any other vacation. Disneyland, 5 days, open to close every other year. That still is. That is still our family vacation.
Yeah, they're planning. I was hoping to convince them over to cruises, but they're still planning to do a Disneyland vacation.
And that's
cool, come
just
visit, I guess.
That's always been us. And he has always, from a fairly young age, I know, I was wondering if I framed that wrong, does cruises. That's been his vacation. He doesn't do anything else. just cruises. And obviously he lived down here, so he just has a Disneyland pass, so it's different.
We went to Disney World the one time because we'd gone to Florida for cruises, and yeah, we never decided to go back. It was like we're not doing that again. Though I love Disney World, don't get me wrong, it just was not the family move ever again.
Yeah, and so then when we came together and he introduced me to cruising, I mean, what'd we decide? 13 cruises in 2 years? Like...
But like, say hypothetically for the treasure, we might go back to Disney World because we're going to be so close.
I hope so.
She's really hoping. So.
I at least know that we have to stay at a Disney resort property for the night before. Because we like transferring. Because I really like the way that they transfer.
Transfer is really nice.
We did that for the Fantasy, and that was the most seamless transfer process
ever.
And not that we've had to do very many. But...
Unless they've changed the system, when you book transfers through Disney Cruise Line, they give you an earlier boarding time.
Yeah. And they literally pick up your luggage at your room, and you see it at your stateroom on the ship.
That is like the best.
You do not have to take it to the bus. You don't have to take it off the bus and give it to the porters. They pick it up from your room. It does not get better than that, you guys. So if we don't do Disney World, we will be doing that.
Also, Zach, I know you're just giving me a hard time, but I really do want to get her on Oasis. That's why it kind of hurts. But it's fine. We are pretty open with what cruises we're planning, even though I'm the one that plans all of them.
That's not true.
So usually I have to ask her, like, hey, can we do this cruise? And she goes, I guess.
I'm like, sure.
I don't know anything about it. And then I'm like, cool. This is what we're doing. That's
Here's my money.
That's the kind of service that we provide as a travel agent. We don't just, this is what you're doing next.
I'm actually a client
just
of his.
Give the money to me and I'll take care of you. I'm just kidding. That's not at all how that goes.
Exactly how that goes.
It goes for her because she doesn't plan anything. But that's not really how that goes. Also, couple of the C's, Rome and Gabby. Good morning. Thank you for joining. It was really cool to see you guys. I didn't know that you had a YouTube channel. You asked for ours, and I should have asked for yours, but I didn't really know, so I'm sorry about that. I watched her videos. She hasn't had the chance. She's been really busy with school and work, but I watched your videos, and they were really good. They're really awesome. Also, you guys had a really unfortunate boarding day comparative to us, so
That's the one from Miracle?
Yeah, that was from Miracle.
Okay. Hi, nice to see you again. I remember you.
They were on board the Miracle with us, and if you're interested in seeing another perspective that is not our perspective, which I don't know why you would want to not see other perspectives, you should. They have a really good video on the same exact cruise. We interacted 0 times.
Once.
On video. We didn't interact at all on video. So there will be no cameos from them or us in the opposite direction, I think. But they have a different perspective. They did completely different things. Their day went so different than ours, and it was actually really cool. And that was only their second cruise. Well, her second cruise, but their second cruise as vloggers. So that was really cool. And also, one thing to say, you started her off on Wonder of the Seas, and then you went to Carnival Miracle. That was a big jump. You really gave my Miracle a real good chance there.
Start small and build.
Yeah, go up.
Start with Disney and then build. That's what he did to me.
That's fair. Then her first time, Princess was okay. But then her first time on Carnival was like, wow, this is not an experience. Like, Disney is so much better. But, you kind of work your way into it. Don't do that jump. That is a crazy jump. Theme park. I keep saying the name. Adrian.
It's because it's right there.
No plans on doing Carnival Jubilee at the moment. But we want to. If you did Carnival Jubilee, then maybe no, I'm just kidding. We're not doing it. Texas doesn't fit in the plan right now. We want to, though. And eventually, when it can be in the plan, we will let everybody know, because Galveston was a lot of fun, and I really, really enjoyed the time that I spent there, even though it was not on vlog. That was when I did Allure of the Seas.
There's a boat ride in it?
If there's any consolation, Galveston has a Rainforest Cafe with a boat ride in it.
I knew they had a Rainforest Cafe.
That's a reason to come visit Texas.
I knew they had a Rainforest Cafe, but with a boat in it?
We like Rainforest Cafe.
I love Rainforest. When we went to Disney World, because obviously they got rid of Disneyland, we went to Disney World, we went to Rainforest Cafe, and that one was really cool because the volcano, our volcano wasn't cool.
We didn't have a volcano.
Their volcano, shot fire in Disney World. So cool.
That's true.
And also, Vegas has a Rainforest Cafe. We haven't gone to it yet.
Oh, they
I
do.
really want to. The first time I saw it, I think it was the second time I went to Vegas. It wasn't even the first time. And we drove by it, and I saw the sign for it, and I was like... So, yes, if we go to Galveston, we may or may not be ending up at Rainforest Cafe with a boat ride in it.
Is it in Galveston, or is it just somewhere in Texas? That's one thing to check. And then... Stay at Pop Century so you can ride the Skyliner.
We
love Pop Century. That's actually the place that we would stay.
That's where we went.
That's where we went
when we did the fantasy.
Yeah, if you go look back 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, then you'll find the videos where we did the fantasy. Not our greatest work, and it was like heavily restricted, pandemic times.
Oh my gosh! And that was only my second cruise, you guys. That's crazy to think about. It was my second cruise, but yeah, it was very mask heavy. But it was also Star Wars Day at Sea. So if you guys are interested in that...
Rest in peace, Star Wars Day at Sea.
It's not a thing anymore. So, watch our video, because it's the very last time you'll ever see it.
Random note. So then are we skipping out on Pixar Day at Sea for the treasure? Because usually it's the 7-night cruises out of Port Canaveral. Does that mean that Pixar Day at Sea is not coming back after this year? Because Treasure's taking over the fantasy?
Unless they move it to a different ship. On a different itinerary.
Actually, yeah, I don't know where the fantasy's going. I'm really curious to see what that ship does. Unrelated. Here's something I was always curious about and might have missed. How did you guys meet, and how long have you been together?
Ooh.
2 months? 3 months, maybe? I don't know, like a week? How long have I known you? What's your name? I'm just kidding. We've been together for... How long have we been together for?
No, you were supposed to ask me.
How long have we been together for? It's on our necklace. We keep track. It's also, no, it's not like that.
No, not on that one.
We've been together for 4 years.
Wait, what year are we in?
23.
Yeah, we've been together for 4 years.
Been together for 4 years, which it's a long time. Man, that's crazy.
It really is. We did our first 2 years long distance, which was like an experience in itself. And then once I moved closer, that's when we started cruising. And which is a whole nother experience. Like, I feel like there's so many levels on which we've met, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we've been through a lot in the 4 years. 2 years long distance through COVID was really tough. That was an interesting time. I'm sure that was an interesting time for everyone. Of course, it was just a different time. But that was a weird one for a relationship, because like everyone was like getting much closer during the pandemic because of lockdowns, and we were getting closer over video call instead of like being together.
But we were just long distance like before the pandemic.
Yeah, it wasn't like we just started.
It was
long distance.
I don't know, maybe 8 months into our relationship.
Yeah, and then we met at a school program, and yeah, so even though we came together and we didn't live in the same parts of California, we stuck together for so long.
We just kept in contact basically, and things advanced from there.
Our first date was Disneyland, but our first like date-ish weekend was D23.
D23, yeah. So I went with my mom to D23, and at the school program, I was talking about it, and he was like so jealous. He said, "Oh, you're going to D23? That's amazing." He didn't know what it was.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I didn't understand what it was.
He didn't understand what it was.
I didn't know.
But it was so funny because I didn't know this at the time. He acted like it was this amazing thing, which it was. D23 is amazing, and I will go every single time they have it. And so he bought tickets to go. And this was like before we were even dating.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Shoot.
Like when he bought the tickets.
That sounds crazy.
He is a little crazy.
I was prepared to go to D23 alone that day, actually. There was like a good chance. I was like, I'll just go by myself. I'm pretty cool. I can hang out on my own.
But we basically spent the entire weekend together. Me, my mom, and him as the third wheel. My mom might argue otherwise. And I remember going out to breakfast, and that's like when I met his parents. So basically everything happened on the first date, because that's how long distance works.
Yeah, everything was right there. But it was in like a weekend. It didn't happen in one day.
It was 3 days.
They were there for the whole
4 days.
They were there for the whole event. I was there for 2 of the days, and we went to Disneyland before.
Yes.
For the evening. That was like, oh my gosh. Thinking back then, that was like the best time to go to Disneyland, because that was the summer that Galaxy's Edge had released, and everyone did the exact opposite of what you thought was going to happen, and nobody went to Disneyland because of Galaxy's Edge. So then it was empty. I miss those times, by the way. I really do.
But yeah, so that was kind of a long-winded story of 4 years in school.
Yeah. Couple of the Seas. We just started, so it's no biggie. And yeah, boarding was rough. Yeah, it was. I felt so bad for you guys to go through all that. It's something that can happen to anyone. Like, when I went on Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas, I had a similar problem where my room key didn't exist at first, and then didn't work at second, and then it had to go, I think, 3 times that day as well. Or maybe it was only 2. I want to be dramatic and say 3. And
of course,
I had
always
so
be dramatic.
But it's worse on that ship because the lines for guest services are just, well, you know, an hour long each time. At least, I don't think that was like that on Miracle.
It couldn't have been.
It'd have to be an hour long for the entire ship, whereas, you know, there's not everyone was going to guest services that day. I mean, there were a lot of people I saw, but not anything close to what
Anyways,
it would be on
it's something
Oasis.
that you should never want or have to experience, but it does happen no matter the cruise line.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that you guys did experience that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But it was a fun video nevertheless. Good job at staying positive and not, like, just losing it, because sometimes I feel that way. Also, you wanted to see the big differences, and you for sure saw them. I think you did. I just think that the newest from Royal Caribbean, like the largest, going to the smallest, second smallest on Carnival, that was not the right move. I think there are other Carnival ships that you could really enjoy, like a Vista class or Mardi Gras. Not that we've been on either of them.
But I will say you went on the water slide, and that has to compare to the big ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That water slide was fun.
I was really shocked that they had water slides at all on Miracle. I had no faith in that ship when we went on it. Just so you know, our standards were like, phew, we didn't have any faith, but it blew our expectations.
Was our
because
standards lower than MSC? Our MSC standards were so low, and they were so blown out of the water.
For MSC, it was so low that all they had to do was serve us food, and they would nail it. Not good food, just food. And
they were like, that ship was amazing.
It was a really good ship. So then, yeah. Anyways. And then also, in addition, you had a really rough day because boarding day was just so weird. It doesn't happen like that very often.
It was just a strange day.
Should have gone 2 weeks later, and you would not have had that experience. You would have had the traditional Carnival boarding day or just cruise boarding day. I digress. Started on the Dream and fell in love with the Wonder. We started on the Wonder and hated the Dream.
Oh, I was going to say, and fell in love with the Wonder.
We came for Wonder, stayed for Wonder. Disney Wonder, that is.
The Disney Wonder has a special place in my heart. I mean, it's my starting ship. It's my home ship. It's my first 3 ships. Like,
I mean, I haven't been on the Disney Magic for almost 20 years, and I still think that the Disney Magic for me is like the ship.
How old are you?
12. Not exactly 20 years ago. It's
somewhere around there.
Somewhere in that year. I can't count. I can't read English, and I can't do math. That's why I'm a traveler.
I'm like, that's why.
That's really bad. Oh,
I'm like, I was going to say, that's why you go on cruises. To fail all the trivia.
Supposedly, it's a lot like Navi River Journey and Jungle Cruise, but inside. We will have to do that rainforest. We will hunt it down. We will find it and go on it.
Rainforest Cafe in Texas. We're going. It's already booked.
The Vegas rainforest is similar to Disneyland. The former one, that is. Good to know. That
was pretty basic.
I like the one in Disneyland.
We went to it all the time. Like,
not together, by the way.
No. My family, we went to it all the time, and by all the time, I mean maybe once a trip, maybe once every other trip, and our trips were only every other year, so, you know, all the time.
They go to Disney World's Rainforest Cafe every time. It is so cool. And because we've only gone... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, because we've gone once, we've gone twice. So we're 50-50. 50% of the time we go to Rainforest Cafe at Disney World.
Yeah, we went the first time, not the second. The second time, we didn't even have time to sleep.
That is true.
We have that whole thing documented, too. Both Disney World trips, actually, so...
Yeah.
Go watch them.
they're really old and definitely
Not
some of our
good.
older work. I wouldn't say I'm proud of them, but they are there. So enjoy them if you want, if you can, if it's possible. I don't know. How many total cruises in general Jalen and Steven have done together or apart?
Well, it's almost the same number.
It's almost the same number.
For
less
together
one.
versus me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've only been on one cruise without him. Because I ditched him for my... What was that? That was only like my third cruise. And I left him behind. Are you counting?
29. 29 cruises for me.
Oh, I thought that was for both of us. I was like, I've not been on 29 cruises.
29 cruises.
Total?
So then, yeah.
And, your whole life.
My whole life.
Do you have mine written down?
I don't. I should keep track of yours.
Okay.
29 sailings, 21 ships, 13 of them being Royal Caribbean, 5 of them being Disney, 3 of them being Princess, and 3 of them being Carnival.
It was my 4th cruise that I ditched you on. I forgot about the fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Because I said that my first 3 cruises were the Wonder, but that's a lie.
Yeah, it'd be Wonder,
It'd
Fantasy,
Wonder.
Wonder.
Yeah.
It's hard. We need to keep better track. The YouTube videos
So
are a great way
anyways.
to count how many videos we've been on, how many cruises we've been on together. Also, goodbye, home movies. Sorry I didn't see that earlier. Thank you for watching the Miracle videos. I hope
You made
that
me
you
lose
enjoy them.
count.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was my 13th cruise in total. So I've done 12 with him.
Also, we are basically the same people as home movies. We might as well just be best friends already. Though you're in Texas, so kind of hard to be best friends in Texas. Long distance is a tough thing.
I was like, what? We literally just talked about long distance.
Oh gosh, I'm fun. Okay. Wait, 4 years and ring question mark? Sorry to put you all on the spot. Well, one.
Well, I mean, I did get... Where's the camera? This cute ring in Ensenada. I had to buy it for myself, but I can't tell if that's... I don't think it is. It's really pretty. It's colorful. It's very colorful. I had to buy it myself, but it is a new ring.
But 4 years. How many cruises can you get out of a wedding and a ring? I don't know. Where are we on that? It's not a thing that's coming in the near future, but it's something that will come in the future. When we hit 100,000 subs, that's when we'll get engaged.
You better be careful with that.
I'm gonna stop posting right before 100,000. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
That was
One,
so mean.
I don't think very many cruise vloggers have 100K. So it'd be really cool if we hit that. And I guess at that point we'd have to.
You're so mean. Why do you have to ask questions like that?
I'm just kidding, of course. When will it happen? It will happen eventually, but I don't know when, don't know how. It will be something that she will be absolutely surprised by, though.
I'm literally surprised when we have a window in the cabin. It doesn't take much. Like, he can tell me 12 times that we have a balcony room, and I will walk into the room and go, oh, there's a balcony? And, like, you guys might think I fake that. No, I really just, I never know.
Yeah, I don't. No, it's not that I don't tell her. I literally do tell her.
It's literally never a surprise. He doesn't, he has a hard time keeping things from me. So he always tells me, knowing that I'll forget it and I'll still be surprised.
Yeah. It's like getting the double points or something. Like you get to surprise someone twice or 5 times with something. So when she walked in and saw the window, she was really excited on Miracle. But it's not... I will say that we're not going to be doing any balconies anytime soon.
I will say, didn't you tell me right before we got on board that we had the window?
I think I told you the day of that we have the... Because I was really excited to try that cabin.
Because I knew.
Oh, did you?
I did know. I wasn't surprised.
Okay.
I was excited.
I see. Difference.
There's a difference.
There's a difference. If you like it, then you got to put a ring on it. That is true.
If you like it, then you got to put a ring on it.
Have you tried stand-up writing on Flowrider? Not yet.
Have you ever seen me? Oh, maybe not everyone knows the story of me and Flowrider, though. We never really talk about it.
We don't.
I've done Flowrider once, and I did the boogie boarding. Well, technically it was twice, but it was back to back, so once. I did the boogie boarding, and I actually sprained my finger because when I wiped out, the board smashed my hand against the floor. I sprained my finger. This was back in January, and it still hurts. It's this finger, and it's constantly in pain. So we do not do Flow Rider often.
Needless to say, we're not that adventurous.
But my brother tried, we didn't record it, but my brother tried Flow Rider standing up on Navigator in July because they were already done boogie boarding, but he wanted to do it. And so they let him do stand up, which I thought that you had to have experience to do it.
They do. So the way that works is when they have stand up, they'll put you to the test. They'll let you try 2 times. And if you do stand up, launch yourself on your own, then you can get a special mark on the wristband or a special wristband that'll allow you to do stand up. So that way they automatically know. And if you fail twice, then they kick you out and you're not allowed to do it until the next day.
Well, he did try it.
And he didn't get it.
He did not get the mark, but
because that was his first time ever doing Flow Rider. I don't know how to make the jump from from boogie boarding to stand up. I don't see
but I will say, I've always wanted to go surfing. So, and Flow Rider, it just didn't work out the last 2. I almost just said Carnival. The last 2 Royal cruises we were on because Alaska, and then I wanted to do it on Navigator. We just not enough time.
Yeah.
But yes, eventually we'll try it.
You vote a cruise wedding. I do too.
That's one of like the ideas.
We would like to get married.
Cruise or Disneyland?
It was originally Disneyland.
But Disney World's cheaper, so maybe Disney World, even though it's not like our thing.
It would be, if we get married at Disney World and nobody would be able to go because no one lives in Florida in our family. Everyone's in California. But a cruise wedding would be really nice. And I think when we could maybe get one planned for that, then we might consider
it. But like, are you interested in hearing my brilliant wedding plan? Because I'm not going to say I haven't thought about it. Let me know if you're interested, because I'm not going to go off on the tangent if you're not.
I will note that if we do a cruise wedding, everyone will be invited to go on it.
Only if you book through us, though.
Yeah, if not,
That's how we're paying for the wedding.
Oh, gosh. That's something we've talked about. We've talked about weddings and stuff. And our thing was, if we get married on a cruise, at least we can sell everyone cruise cabins. And then we would be able to pay for the wedding. We'd just ask for no gifts, and that would just be nice. Pretty smart. Anyways, is Ensenada your favorite port?
No.
It's our most cruised port, though. I think that's the place we've been to the most. Because it's so close to us. It's like Nassau for us. Ensenada is like Nassau. Mm-hmm. You go there when you're on a short cruise, and if you're even on a longer cruise, you might still go to Ensenada because there's really not that many ports here in California or in Mexico to go to from California.
Or even if you do a Hawaii cruise, like from.
Oh yeah, even if you go to Hawaii and it goes out of Los Angeles, it goes to Ensenada. So. Like, oh, Hawaii, fantastic. Let's go to Ensenada as your last day.
Yeah, but just because it's not our favorite port doesn't mean that there's not cool things to do. Segway tour, highly recommend.
We do really enjoy Ensenada.
I really want to go horseback riding there. That's one of my, horseback riding on the beach. I want to do it so badly for my birthday cruise, and no one else was on board with it. So.
I don't think it'll happen horse riding for the next cruise, but possibly when we go to... Well, no, I think on Friendly we might elect to stay on board the ship because we don't want to get off.
We'll see how the ship is. If the ship's boring, then maybe we'll get off.
Yeah, it's hard to get off on an inaugural sail because we'd like the day to just be in the port or be on a ship while it's kind of empty. But I don't know. Maybe we might not need those days. It's hard to predict now. I proposed while Gabby was holding a sloth. She was very surprised. Never saw it coming.
Oh, God. Do not propose to me while I'm holding a sloth. I would freak out. I'd probably drop the sloth. That's so cool, though. Where were you that you were holding a sloth?
They're in Honduras. I actually saw the video. I watched all your videos already, by the way. I'm sorry. Got really excited. I like watching cruise vloggers. You guys are really good. So, I saw that video. It was really cool. They were in Honduras doing that.
That's so cool.
And they had a really cool tour, too. I didn't know that was a thing, but I think I might copy next time we end up in Honduras. They did, zip lining.
Where is Honduras? What coast?
Oh, that's over on the Western Caribbean itineraries.
Well, I was like, actually, they've only been on 2 cruises together. The other one was over there.
Honduras
Anyways, that's so
where
cool.
Honduras is where one of our head servers that we had on the Disney Wonder is from. Facts that nobody cares about. I'd go to a Disney World wedding.
Me too.
I would like to go to one too. Hey, I know we're not that close of friends, Adrian, but you know, could invite us. Kidding.
Okay.
Oh, that's a joke.
Ever since I was little, like,
invite.
I really wanted to be married in Disney. And so I went through a phase, probably 6th grade. I think that was the first time I had, like, access to electronics because we had, like, the school iPads. Either 6th or 7th grade, something like that. And I remember doing so much research on Disney weddings that, okay, I don't even know how to find the price for it now, but back then I knew exactly how much every single thing cost, what the grand total would be, and I made my dream wedding when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. Now, I can't even find where the prices are because you have to contact them to...
I feel like that's just a change in their policy, though, too.
It could be.
I don't think they allow you to see it until you actually are serious.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do any testings either, like cake testing or anything, unless you put a deposit down, too.
But I will say that, like, that was something I really looked into, which is why I know that Disney World, or at least it used to be, Disney World was cheaper than Disneyland. But my dream Disney wedding is getting married at the castle. Like, but having a reception at the castle would also be cool. But getting married, like, instead of an archway, it's the castle. How cool. And I just saw, because I follow Disney weddings on Instagram, I just saw someone had their reception in the Animation Academy in California Adventure.
That was really cool. I saw a picture of that too.
That would probably be one of my top reception spots because I love drawing, I love art, I love animation, and you can make the screens do whatever. Like, it would just be playing Disney movie scenes the entire reception. That is like, I don't know about you, but that is the definition of me. 100%.
That'd be really cool.
I'm
not opposed to animation. Actually, I kind of would want the animation building.
It would be so cool.
Anyways, that's in the future.
Anyways, enough talk about weddings, you guys.
I want to go and dive in the tangent because I love your guys' dynamic. And oh, I see.
The tangent about the
tangent
wedding?
about the wedding. Okay, I see.
Oh, man.
Oh, we got that part right. Oh, we answered it. Didn't even really realize.
No, it was the cruise one.
Oh.
That was the Disney one, which I didn't even ask if I wanted the tangent. Okay, the cruise one, I'm going to make it short and sweet because it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, some ships you can go onto the front of the ship. They normally have like a helicopter pad there or something. Front of the ship. Beautiful. Either at sea, gonna be kind of windy, or at port, but where it's facing the sea, so that way the backdrop is the ocean. I don't want a port in the backdrop.
My thought is become best friends with Captain James aboard Navigator and get him to point the ship in the correct direction for us. In Catalina.
I'm talking. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, but no, seriously. So if there's a helicopter pad or anything, really, I want something laid down on the floor so that way it looks pretty. And then flowers. And then flowers like on the railing would be flowers. And then there's like this thing at the front of the ships. I'd want that removed. However they have to do it, remove it. And yeah, so like 2 people standing here and the ship goes like this and you're standing right here with like the point. And something on the floor to cover up the helipad. And yeah, it would just be beautiful. But you gotta have that ocean in the background. You gotta have the floor covered up. And you gotta have like flowers on the railing or something. And you gotta have that post taken out. I think it's removable on some ships, to be honest. I may or may not have looked a couple of times. Not going to admit to it.
Hopefully we go on a ship where we could do that. Yeah, in that case, then everyone would be invited to that one as well. More so than the Disney one, because the Disney one you pay per person. That one's tough. But cruise one we
And the reception we would book a venue to ourselves. Something that's kind of secluded.
In the dream world when we have like everyone that we know on board that cruise because we're such good travel agents, then we book out the entire dining room.
No.
You're right. All of Windjammer.
No. I'm thinking like...
Chops.
It doesn't even have to be a restaurant.
Oh. Well, where would you do it?
And also, Chops is Royal Caribbean. Maybe I don't want to get married on Royal Caribbean. It's not pretty enough. I'm kidding. Anyways, just like one of the bar lounges or something that...
It'd be the
close.
It'd be the Cosmopolitan. It would be that one. Is where it would be if it was on
or like
on Navigator.
On Quantum. $270.
That. Whoa! Could you imagine getting married there or just having a reception there? That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. But something like that where it's...
That'd be awesome.
You can kind of close it off to people, so that way it's a private reception. But it's not necessarily a restaurant because that's... I don't want... No.
Also, dolphin proposal. That one will be interesting.
No, they won't allow the ring in there.
Oh, that's right. They don't allow any jewelry in there.
Because we did a dolphin encounter and they don't allow anything there.
Dreams ruined. I was thinking like you could just ride across with the dolphin and then be like...
No, I was thinking the ring in the dolphin's mouth and the dolphin's like...
What? Yeah, that's...
But it would eat the ring because they're real dolphins.
Yeah, of course you watched. Oh, of course I watched your videos. They were really awesome. They were really
busy.
She doesn't get a chance to watch very many cruise vloggers, so we don't get to watch cruise vlogs together. She doesn't even watch half of our vlogs sometimes.
I'm not supposed to tell people.
So, yeah, I'm definitely the cruise vlog lover. We do have some cruise vloggers that we love, certainly. I think that's a question to get off topic. What do you guys look for when you look for cruise couples to watch? And who are your top 5 cruise vlog couples? Well, that's different because I don't necessarily watch couples. We usually just watch whoever we like. And 5 is, gosh, that's tough. Well, theme park Express. But that's because we really like his Disney cruise videos, and he watches us, so we have to pay the favor. Well, no, we've just always watched.
We really enjoy his vlogs.
We've always watched that, so it's weird that someone that watched our vlog or that we watched our vlogs. So we have to become friends one way or another because we're stalkers and crazy.
Anyways,
I'm just kidding.
D&J.
Perry DJ. Love Perry DJ. They're my favorite cruise couple that does just regular vlogs just all the time because they do all the cruises that I want to do. They do them. Like, I look for them. I look for them for advice, not advice, but like what they did, and I kind of base up some of our trips and plans based on what they've done.
I'd say those are the 2 that when I do have time to watch something, those are the 2 that I've watched. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've watched a little bit of like Kyle Paulo.
Kyle Paulo is definitely one of our favorite. Yeah, we love Kyle Paulo. But he does, like, a lot of the vloggers we watch really only do Disney. Just saying it, because I was going to say Ordinary Adventures, too. Really love them, but they have gone on other cruises. They were on Wonder for the inaugural, but, like, mainly they just do Disney Cruise Line and Disney parks, or just theme parks in general. It's weird that we're in the cruise line space, because really we just watch a bunch of theme park vloggers.
It's true. Well, and that's kind of how we started out, or how he started out, was doing Disneyland vlogs. That's
true.
If you scroll far enough back on the channel, it's just park stuff.
They do pop up here and there once in a while, so it's not like they've kind of disappeared from the channel, I'll be honest. But it used to be
like the main thing.
Used to be the thing, and then we've kind of switched over to cruising. So
the logo used to be like him with mouse ears, but as like a drawing, as like a vector art.
So that's our history. Don't know why we got into... Oh, okay. Because you're asking about our favorite vloggers, and they all happen to be theme park. Oh, and then JoJo's World, too. So, yeah, just a bunch of theme park vloggers. That's just kind of... That's what we watch. That's most of our cruising vlogs. Perry DJ is, like, the only cruise-only vloggers that we watch. And we also really enjoy... Nope, I forgot. Oh, I really enjoy Views and Cues. They're a really amazing channel, too. Like, they've grown since the pandemic, have been amazing.
Oh, there was someone else. We haven't watched him lately, or at least I haven't, but we used to watch him. He does all Disney, and his dad really likes his ice cream.
I miss Michael K.
Yes!
He doesn't do as many vlogs as he used to. He changed his channel name, too. Yeah, all of them. Theme park vloggers. Michael K. I miss that guy.
Did he do theme parks?
He did. Yeah, he used to be just big on Disney.
I just remember watching his
Disney. And we watched all of his Disney cruise vlogs. That's always what we based That's always where we got our advice for how Disney Cruise went, was from him.
My first 4 cruises were all Disney.
And they were all...
so that's pretty much where we got...
That was our homework for all of those cruises, because...
It was him, and then dashes of Kyle Paolo.
Yeah, that was all because we were coming back during the pandemic, and we were looking at pre-pandemic stuff. We didn't want... Which was kind of dumb, because obviously the pandemic was more current, but we wanted, like, what the Disney experience was back then. So we watched all of his old stuff back then, too. Mm-hmm. And now he's been doing other cruises, too. But he did Alaska, he did Holland America. Anyways, just a really random tangent. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so that's kind of...
That's who we watch. That's.
If you caught any of that, I hope you had, like, pen and paper.
Yeah.
Or okay. I guess you could
just
rewind
it. I don't know. Yeah. Did we just become best friends? I hope. We're praying. It's like a running joke. Like, I say it half jokingly, but also all seriously. I'll introduce you to Ordinary Adventures. That'd be really cool. Yeah, because you hang out with them too. That's,
We've watched his videos, or like I've seen them, right?
Yeah, you know who they are. They're actually based out of here, so it's kind of.
My brain doesn't always work, and sometimes I confuse people or not. Like, I remember the videos, but I don't remember who they are, so that's why. It's not that I just have to be reminded if I know who they are.
But also, if you could introduce us to Ordinary, that'd be so cool. We met a magician who works on Disney Cruise Line who's really good friends with them, and it's just like, I don't know. Like, I know people that know them, but I never really had any way to connect. Actually, I don't know how to make any cruise vlogger friends. Hey, couple of C's, are you still here? Do you want to be friends? We don't have very many of them that are in the space. We have friends outside of it, I promise. We can pretend. All of you guys are friends. I hope. I'm just kidding. That's just got really sad. But yeah, I don't really know, like, the connection to how do you become friends with other cruise vloggers and stuff like that. I don't know how to make that connection. Never really been good at it.
Don't ask me.
Theme Park Express was all completely because of him. Because he's so awesome. And then anyone else is no one else. So yeah, if you guys want to be friends. I know you guys are in Arizona, so that's cool. Whenever you guys come to the West Coast. See? They want to be friends too.
Perfect.
Now we have 2 friends. Okay. Anyways. Also, please be respectful in chat. There was a comment that I didn't appreciate. Thank you, Adrian, for taking care of that. Any plans to expand to theme park vlogs? It'd be re-expanding back to them. We don't do them anymore. We would like to kind of cover theme parks, but it's not really our thing. We go to Disneyland all the time. We're there. So if you're in the California area and you go to Disneyland, it's very possible to see Good Morning Adventures spotting. Just not work. We're not vlogging. Like, that's kind of that's like our off time.
That's the one time that we have where we're not, like, working. Because most of the time, if we're awake, we're working, even asleep. Sometimes I have dreams about work. And so yeah, Disneyland's like our one time where we get to kind of reconnect.
Yeah, so that's it. That's really that's our vacation in a way, because our vacations, though they're fantastic, even though we're vlogging, it's not really work. Different. It's just not like we're focused on making the vlogs as good as we can, and we enjoy that a lot, which I guess goes back to answer the question of what made you guys want to start vlogging, which was all because of me. That was like my thing. That's just what I wanted to do.
He was vlogging and I was visiting, and so I became into the vlogs, and that's just how we went on my first Disney cruise, and he wanted to capture that and put it on the channel, and we just kind of fell in love with it, really.
Yeah.
He was already,
it's like the same thing with cruising. Like, I was just already doing it, and then she joined along for the adventure, and we just.
And now it's something that I love doing. But now it's like I love being able to share our experiences and the things that we learn and the things that we do. I think that it's important to get to not only document it, but just share it with people to prepare them or who don't get to experience it, and give them a way to do it.
Yeah, and I really love our dynamic, because the way it works is kind of like if, like, a sports broadcast, like, she would be color doing all, like, the fun talking, and then I'm like the more like analytical person.
You mean boring person?
So we really do balance each other really well in that aspect, because I can spit out so many different facts about different cruises and how things operate and how things work, and then she just like her opinions and things and just has a fun spin that I definitely don't have. So that's how we both work together. It's because we have a really good working relationship in that sense. And then also just because I love vlogging. I used to vlog my cruises way back when. I could, maybe one day, if there's, hopefully nobody ever wants this, but maybe one day, there are vlogs from when I was much, much younger, and I would just be vlogging very awkwardly.
Much like we do now.
Much like we do now, but it wasn't like a priority back then. So then I would vlog all the cruises back then. Never posted any of them, never really edited anything, but I would always try and vlog as awkwardly as possible. And that was like when I was younger. I'd do that all the way since I was maybe like 13. So lots of years of doing that. Never was good at it, never decided to post it. And then eventually, when we started dating, I was doing Disney vlogs here and there. The first cruise vlog that I ever posted was Ovation of the Seas, and we were still long distance, and she didn't really know what cruising was. So my way was to enable to push on my experience to her, because that was the only way I could do it.
His way of like sharing the cruise with me and what he was doing, because you know, when you're long distance, all you have is phone calls. And when you're on a cruise, you don't have all the time to call. And so it was almost like we were apart for
a week,
which I know isn't that long, but when you're younger
and
like,
in a long distance relationship,
of
no communication is pretty tough.
It's a lot. And so it was kind of his way of letting me see what he was doing and like feel like I was a part of the cruise too.
Yeah, so that's where that came for cruising, because I would do Disney vlogs here and there, but then eventually, yeah, that was it. That was like the first time I vlogged, and I did daily vlogging. I actually uploaded the vlogs the next day.
Yeah, like while he was
something
on
that
the ship.
Doesn't happen very often anymore. But
Ever.
I am working on doing that idea again for an upcoming cruise. Maybe it might happen. We'll talk later about it. I'm not sure. It's just been in my mind, but we might go back to that for a cruise. It's not going to be a thing that comes back normally. It's not going to be a thing that happens normally, but it might come back because of circumstance and just because of how things are working. And it'd be a good cruise to try it on. Anyways. Adrian actually met and started talking Ordinary Adventures on the Wish. Cruises is a great way to meet friends. You know, I agree with that. We've met a lot of great people on cruises, but the thing is, I don't know what we do wrong, but we never pick cruises with vloggers. Like, Couple of the Seas is actually like the only one that we've ever run into. Like, we've never run into vloggers ever. The Frenzy, the inaugural sailing for the Frenzy, is the one that I know for sure we're gonna run into vloggers, because that's just where inaugural sailings. That's where YouTubers are. But other than that, normally we never run into anyone. That's the thing. If there was, I feel like we'd be okay, because then we could actually talk. But reaching out over social media is kind of weird. So.
But cruising to make friends in general, I also 100% agree with that. One of my best friends I met on the Disney Wonder, and I still talk to her all the time. And I actually am like in my head trying to figure out how to plan a trip to go visit her again. But yeah, I love making cruise friends, because I just feel like you get to know each other in a different way because you're on a cruise ship.
Yeah, it's always fun to make friends on cruises. We make friends more with crew, though, weirdly enough. Not that we tried to. We just don't always hang out in bars and clubs. So, not really there to make friends with anyone, because we're not there. But we make friends with a lot of the crew. Like, last time we made friends with the cruise director, Louie, who was fantastic, and hooked us up with something that you'll see. We could talk about it really quickly. See, this hat is Behind the Fun. Louie actually hooked us up with the Behind the Fun tour for free.
Yeah, so it's normally a $200 per person tour, and it gives you like a full tour of the ship. We went behind the scenes on the stage. We went to the bridge. We went to the
So don't go there.
Huh?
Yeah, we don't go to we weren't in the club very much, just on the first day.
Oh yeah. Anyways, all the behind the scene places you get to go, and yeah, Louie hooked us up with that because he's amazing.
Yeah. And
doing that tour is how we met the dancer we were talking about earlier, and she actually follows me on Instagram.
Yeah. So now we just make friends with people.
But
And
yeah,
that's actually the first time though ever that making friends with crew had ever done anything. Usually we just do it because they're really cool people. Like people that work on cruise ships have some real interesting stories.
Yeah, we've made friends with photographers, bartenders. I mean, you have like a favorite bartender.
Oliver. I know you're not watching, but I miss you, buddy. Anyways, so yeah, friends. Hopefully we'll make more friends. We're always trying to make friends. Where did you get your love of cruising? Not youth, I imagine. Oh, well, I loved cruising ever since I was very young. We went on the Disney Magic for my first cruise, and that was like the best impression ever. And then we had like a 6-year hiatus from cruising, and then we didn't go on cruises for a while. But like just that entire time, my younger self was like, I really want to go back on this cruise. I want to do it so badly. Like really, 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 I want to go. And then eventually, finally went on Allure of the Seas, which is the largest cruise ship in the world at that time. And then from then on, that was like the family vacation that I just really, really enjoyed. And I just became I honestly should probably go work on a cruise ship or something because I know so much about it. I guess that's kind of why I'm a travel agent now. But just loved it. Would learn all about the different ships on YouTube and stuff like that. I guess when I was younger, it wasn't really YouTube, but Cruise Critic was the forums back in the day. Still is, but not as much. I'd just spend all my time on Cruise Critic, just reading and learning and just tons of stuff on cruising. And then eventually, when I finally met her, cruising was not really my life because it was only like an every other year kind of trip. But then eventually, when the pandemic opened up, because our cruises were canceled, it was like, we have to do a bunch of cruises now. And then we just started doing more and more and more and more and more. And eventually, we have done more in a year than I had done like in all my years prior. So that's kind of how it goes. And then obviously
for me, it was obviously I love cruising because of him, but I actually talked my family out of a Disney cruise when I was younger because they didn't have attractions and I wanted to go to Disneyland because of the rides. That was pretty much like they have characters, they have other things. But my parents were actually considering a Disney cruise. And I'm like, looking back on it, it's actually embarrassing. But I told them, I said, no, like, I want to go to Disneyland. They don't have rides on the cruise and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And we have to do Disneyland and we're not doing a cruise. And I'm a middle child, so, you know.
And she fought real hard and they did not do the cruise.
I really don't remember fighting that hard for it. Like,
but we'll say
I think I literally just said, oh, I don't really want to do it.
No, that's not the story we're going with. We're just faking it. Who knows what really happened? Either way, they didn't decide.
I was young. But yeah, so we didn't do it. And it was basically my fault.
Which is so funny because I was the opposite, trying to fight to get my family on a Disney cruise. They had not, still yet to return to a Disney cruise. One day I will get them back on. One day I will. But for now, they're just loyal to Royal. That's all they do. And that's okay, because I like Royal too.
We're on Princess right now.
What's your favorite destination so far that you've cruised to? Alaska. I'd have to say Juneau because we did most of the most exciting things there, which is the sled dogs, and then we went to Mendenhall Glacier, and that was like our best experience.
Those were amazing. But we did do the helicopter in Ketchikan.
Yeah, but...
And that hike in Sitka. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, we did the most amazing hike.
I think Juneau, though, is what we're looking forward to most when we're going back to Alaska.
Are we doing Glacier Bay?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to Glacier Bay the most.
Okay, well, that's...
Different.
Is a glacier count as one? We've never been to Glacier Bay, but...
It's like a full day.
We've never been there, but that's our favorite destination.
Oh.
Have you ever done Disney pin trading in the Disney parks or Disney cruise?
Oh my gosh. Next time we do a live, I will try to bring my pins. I have so many. When we found out that pin trading was a thing, we were fairly young. It was during the 50th, the Year of a Million Dreams, 50th anniversary. And I remember it was a cast member walked by and asked if we did pin trading, and we didn't even know what it was. And they gave us these lanyards with 2 special pins on it and said, like, that we can go buy pins and trade them with people. And ever since then, we've always worn... I mean, I don't anymore since getting my pass. But when it was our, like, vacation, I would wear the lanyards. And even still, I keep a lanyard in my backpack, and I pin trade all the time. I'm always trading. I actually had to switch out my lanyards because I liked all my pins on my lanyard, so I had to put on a new one that had more trading pins on it. But yeah, I probably have 4 lanyards and a bag full of pins.
I do not pin trade.
He does not at all.
I have some pins. I collect some. One thing I was really proud of for a long time was the pin for Thanksgiving at Disneyland. During the pandemic, it closed, and you could go back and refer to that vlog too. I'm sure it's somewhere. There's a Thanksgiving pin, and that was the only Thanksgiving item that they had that year. And I wore that like a badge until we had 1,000 subs. And then I stopped wearing it at Disneyland.
Do you have pins in here?
I do have some pins in there, I think. But yes, so pins
Is it a Thanksgiving
don't really
pin?
train, but it's a Thanksgiving pin. I don't know where it is anymore, to be honest. I think I might have lost it.
Ooh! Disney Wonder! I feel like this should be mine.
So yeah,
It's not focusing.
she does trade pins, but we haven't really been on a Disney cruise where pin trading is a thing. It's it was kind of gone because of the pandemic, and now.
Wait, you can trade pins on the cruise?
And I talk to you about officer pin trading all the time. It just doesn't happen. It
Oh,
didn't happen for long.
yeah.
I don't know if it ever came back. If anyone's been on a recent Disney cruise where it's no longer pandemic. Adrian, do they still do officer pin trading on the ship? It used to be some of my favorite parts of Michael K's vlogs, talking about older vlogs. You guys still have Magic Key? If so, I hope to run into you guys at the park. Yeah, we do still have a Magic Key. We're still there
Here's our Magic Key pin.
We're still there quite frequently. We've been a little busy these past weeks, but we're normally there all the time. Yeah, if you're ever
We
there.
were actually talking about it today. I was like, we should go to Disneyland today, but there's no reservations available.
Yeah, so yeah, it'd be cool to really meet you guys. I mean, you know, you've seen your vlogs, and you're always in the channel, so it'd be cool to meet you. You're gonna meet a lot of vloggers in the treasure, I'm sure. I hope so. That'd be really cool. But also, I'm scared because, you know, people are famous, and I am not so much.
You actually have some really cool pins in here.
Can you write off cruises? And if so, is there a minimum amount of income that has to be generated? I am not a tax specialist, but I believe the answer is no.
I
wish
was
it was.
just asking about this 4 minutes before the live stream because I was like, oh, we have 4 minutes. I got to get out anything that's like going on so that way I could be like focused. And that was one of the things I asked him.
Get a sign for the room saying live, laugh, and cruise. Oh, honestly, we do work enough on the cruises where it could be fine, where we could legitimately write it off. But yeah, it's just not something that we can, unfortunately. I don't think we can. I don't know. I'll talk to a tax specialist this upcoming tax year. Taxes are a thing, I'm sure, that are complicated. Adrian, when are you going back to Alaska? Did I miss something? Yes, you did miss something. In fact, I think you were here for the live too when we announced it, but we're going back to Alaska next year. We're going on Radiance of the Seas. That's an older ship. We're doing a northbound on Radiance of the Seas. And then actually, while we're at it, I don't know if we've talked about it, we're doing a southbound on Royal Princess. So we're doing a side-by-side cruise. We're going to take it from Vancouver up to Seward, Alaska. And we have to transfer over from Seward over to Whittier, Alaska, which are not the same ports, apparently.
Oh my god, I hope that day is how we expect it to be.
We're planning some pretty cool stuff for that day, because we're going to actually spend a night in Alaska. So that'll be exciting.
Oh my god, that's so exciting.
I wish it was more, but you know what? Alaska's expensive, I'll be honest with you. So we're doing northbound on Radiance of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, then southbound on Royal Princess with Princess Cruises. And that'll be our 2-week Alaska experience, so we have content covered for the entire summer. We're going to be talking about Royal Caribbean, we're going to be talking about Princess.
Your pins are so much cooler than mine.
Yeah, but I would never trade in. Like, all those are collector's pins. You
I
wouldn't
know.
trade any of them.
It's because I don't buy collector's pins. I only trade. I don't even know how I have so many pins.
You have the same pin for the Wonder? That is a beautiful pin. I don't even know why I have it. Collect any Loungefly? Let's skip right over that question. The answer is yes. But let's skip over that question. Okay.
Wait.
Okay. Guess we're talking about it.
Do I only have 7? No. I have like 9. I don't know how many I have. I think I have 8 or 9 Loungefly and then like 11 or 12 ears. Not Loungefly ears, but just Mickey ears.
Also, we're going to start wrapping up the stream. We had gone for 2 hours. Did not plan to do it. We were trying to only do one, but you guys are so awesome.
I told him 45 minutes.
You guys are so awesome that even though on a pop-up live that we were not planning to do until 30 minutes before, you guys all still showed up. And so awesome.
Also, sorry, I totally got lost in this pin box.
I have a pin box at my desk that I keep all my pins, and she just
ripped it apart.
Couple of the C's. Since you go to Ensenada so much, what's your favorite excursion there? Easily, hands down, and we'll be talking about it in 2 vlogs, because Catalina's first after. Our favorite thing is the Segway tour, and there's a video from way back when that I covered on it, but I really want to take her on it, and I really wanted to relive it and retry that video, because I had done that video so early on in the channel.
That's actually the only real excursion I've ever done in Ensenada.
Yeah. It's because I'd done all of them before she'd even made it back to Ensenada. I'd done, I think, quite a few. There's a few that I have left, but I've done a lot of them. I've done like the basic tours, then La Bufadora, which is the place to go to that I don't watch the video. You'll understand why I don't really recommend it, but I kind of do. And then I've done a tequila tasting without actually trying any tequila. So I've done a few different things with Ensenada, and Segway tour by hands down is the best one. I know ATVs are a really popular one, but
yeah, we want to do the ATVs.
One thing that's really weird, I'm really close friends with a few tour guides there in Ensenada, so they always kind of guide me on what I should and should not do, and I've kind of been told not to do ATVs, which is weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was Angel. He said
you were so mad at me that I didn't.
I really wanted to do it. I really want to do ATVs, but the Angel was like, it's not the greatest thing in the world. And I was like, really, why? And I said, I do it all the time. I mean, ATVs are cool on its own right, but what you go see just, I guess, wasn't really the best thing. You're kind of just driving in the middle of nowhere. I
have 2 that I really want to do. Horseback riding on the beach. We kind of already talked about that. But they also do stuff where it's like kayaking at La Bufadora.
Yeah, I do want to try that.
So cool.
I
love kayaking.
I didn't ever think I'd want to go back to La Bufadora, but if we're doing kayaking, I would consider it. It'd be a different consideration.
So, stuff to try. Like, I feel like, I don't know, we've been so many times, but we haven't done so many things. So I haven't, so there's still so many things to be done.
Also, a couple of these, if you're looking for to go back to Ensenada, and you're just looking for a cheap cruise, I'd recommend Navigator of the Seas if you could somehow swing to December. A weekend in December or one of the the 4-night cruises would be a perfect opportunity to get on a ship for really cheap. Just a suggestion. They do them really cheap this December. The price jumps up like crazy next year, which is kind of interesting to see, just because cruising prices are going up. But
that's
yes, it's kind of unfortunate. So if you're looking for just a cheap one to do, Navigator out of Los Angeles Cruise Terminal is a good option, just to get another cruise under your belt. I'm not sure if you have it planned or if you're planning to doing another one. I think you guys love them. I'd recommend that one. Haven't noticed officer pin training, but in the Facebook groups, see lots of folks. That makes me sad. I really wish officer pin training would come back.
Yeah.
Maybe
that would be so cool. But yeah, I know that some people on their doors hang their pins, and people can pin trade, just what's that called? Just honesty, whatever, scout, honor, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Honor policy.
Same thing like putting out candy for Halloween.
Yeah.
On that door, it's like that. But, and then Mandarino family has seen the pin trading last Christmas on Disney Cruise Line. So it's probably a hit or miss thing.
So bring pins on the Treasure? Because I've never even brought pins on a Disney cruise.
Do officers even wear them anymore? Or do crew members even wear them? I don't think they are allowed to. We'll have to look. We'll keep an eye out for it next time. Also, you do remember. Thank you. Have we ever been to Hawaii? The answer for me is no.
Ever?
I went to Hawaii when I was 3, so let's count it.
You've never been to Hawaii?
When I was 3, so let's count it no. I haven't been since I was 3. My family used to go.
Know that.
We used to go multiple times a year, and then when I turned 4, no more. So I've been multiple times, just not anytime recently.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends in Hawaii, too, and I want to go visit them one day. If I ever end up in Hawaii, I probably have a place to stay for free.
I highly recommend that because it makes all the difference.
It's tough, though.
I've been to Hawaii twice. The first time I went to... what's that? Where's Pearl Harbor? I went to Pearl Harbor, whichever island that's on. Right? And I played in the band. It was a school trip with the band. And I played on, or not on the ship, but people stood on the ship and watched us, and we were on a platform. and we played for was it the 75th anniversary? Or my brain's not working.
I've heard the story, but I don't know the exact year.
We played, so we were there for about a week. And that was the first time ever going to Hawaii, and it was amazing. And I wanted to go back ever since then. And then I actually went last year?
Yeah, that was last year.
Oh my gosh. I went last year, and I actually have a friend who lives on the island, so I went to Hilo. That's the big island, right? That's
yes.
Kona and Hilo.
Hilo and Kona.
Yeah. So I flew into Kona and then took a bus to Hilo and went for a week. And that was one of the best things I've ever done, too. We went snorkeling and rode bikes and went hiking. And there's these lava caves where when the lava flows through, it, makes like this tube. And then when the lava goes back, when the volcano's done, the lava goes back and it leaves this casing of lava. I don't know why you're laughing at me.
I just saw a comment that's going up ahead. Sorry.
And we hiked into that, and it was really cool. And I really want to do one of my dream itineraries is a Hawaii cruise. That's one of my
that is the one
I really want to do it.
She really wants to do. That one might be possible.
And I really want to go back to Hawaii. I will not deny the fact that I look at flights for Hawaii at least once a month. He doesn't know about it, but
I know. That's the first I've heard it.
When I went to Hawaii last year, because it was right after the pandemic, and they were trying to get people to travel there, I got my round trip airfare for $150.
Yes,
round trip.
Southwest does some great deals.
Yeah,
for
it was
Hawaii.
on Southwest. So now anytime I see a sale pop up for Southwest, because that's how I found it, they were like, oh, $50 flights. And then I saw includes Hawaii. I was like, okay, and I looked, and it totally worked out. So anytime I see any sale pop up, I always check Hawaii. So I really want to go back.
Dave, doing a cruise out of Vancouver in May. Vancouver's hotels are expensive. Yes, but Alaska's hotels are much more expensive, so,
Yes. I stayed at, what was the one that I stayed at in Vancouver?
The Pan Pacific.
And that was really cool because it's literally the cruise port. So we just went downstairs and watched the Disney Wonder pull in. That's the cruise I went without him. I stayed in that hotel. It's expensive, but we got a good deal on it.
Yeah.
But
that's because she did the end of season.
If it's in your price range, that's a really cool hotel to stay at.
That's the best hotel to stay at. I don't think there's anything better.
There's nothing better. It's right there. You just take your luggage downstairs. You can actually, I think, pre-check your luggage the night before. Give them your luggage, and it'll end up on the cruise ship. We didn't, but you can.
Make sure you guys leave a like and sub if you haven't already. And then Adrian decided to add, we gotta get these guys to 100,000 so Dayla gets that ring. That was something funny I said. We're already at 20 because of our shorts doing so well. That'd be really bad. Anyways, it could happen a lot sooner than I think it would. But, yeah.
But yes, please like and subscribe and tell your friends. Share. Do whatever you have to.
Trying to get blocked by me? I would never. He has a YouTube channel too, so he could say something. Is that what
you were laughing at when I was talking about the freaking
Yeah, that's what tunnels? I was laughing about. I read that. I was just like, oh, that's so funny. You should definitely do the ATVs. Just upload a vlog. I did see it. I did see that you uploaded it. But yeah, I will be curious to see it because I've never actually looked into any research. I just take my words from the tour guides. They know more than I do. They told
So cool. We'll get off the ship and just they'll come up to Steven and just know him. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, who are these men? Yeah,
we walked onto this last tour too, and they were like, oh, or Gil, who was our tour guide, was like, oh, I've been expecting you. I'm like, oh. And he just started talking to me about videos that I was just posting, and
yeah, he was like, all right, let's go. And he just started talking about the videos and stuff.
Our videos. Sometimes I feel like people know more about our videos than I know about our videos, and he almost is that person. It was kind of funny. So appreciate that the tour guides watch it. So that's why we're always very nice. No, I'm just kidding. We're always very honest, but there's really we don't ever really have a good reason to be negative. Like sometimes we have been negative in the past about different things that happen.
I mean, my experience with Gil was
fantastic. Yes, I'm not saying Gil and the Segway tour 100% true. We love it. That's the best tour ever. But so I'm just saying, like that comment about, you know, I know that people like the tour guides watch our videos. It doesn't. That doesn't affect anything. Like it's not in our minds at all. It's just. We try to find to be positive as best as we can because we've been negative and it doesn't really work out. So, you know, positivity is the policy on this channel.
Kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
That's what I do at work.
Yeah. Actually, in my first video where I did the Segway tour with Gil, our Segways got stolen on the tour, which was really funny. Really random thing that happened. Did not know, like it never happened in the past. Policy has changed since then. Still posted that on the channel, even though I knew that everyone, by the way, all of them saw that video. All the tour guides that work in Ensenada saw the video and made fun of Gil for a while. Don't feel bad at all.
Oh yeah, he definitely turns those things.
He turns them off now, and it probably is just because of me.
100%. He made sure that you knew it was because of you.
Yeah, it definitely was because of me, and he knows. So yeah, we show you exactly what happens on board. Also, couple of the seats, $242 per person, looking really nice, not gonna lie. There you go.
Told you so.
They are really nice. Adrian, if you're also looking for a cruise out of Los Angeles, if you happen to be coming to Disneyland in December and you just, you know, wanted to go on a cruise for 3 nights, December 8th is a pretty good option.
Or anyone for that matter.
Or any of them. Navigator is just a good option to try Royal Caribbean. Also, hi Mom. Oahu. I think...
I'm assuming that's the one that you went to.
Maybe, but I think that might have been when you're talking about for Pearl Harbor. I think that's when that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's where I've been.
What is your favorite Disney attraction to go on in the Disney parks? Ooh, that's a fun question.
Ooh. Oh, that's such a hard one because I love so many for different reasons.
I really enjoy. Well, Pirates of the Caribbean used to always be my first ride of the day. Like that was tradition.
That was like. I kind of feel bad because now it's not, and that's 100% my fault.
It's also mainly because if we go and there's another ride that is a better opportunity to do, it's smarter to do that instead of going on Pirates first.
I do feel bad, though.
Lines are much worse at Disneyland than they ever had been.
Sometimes I'll ride Pirates first just for you. I never tell you about it, but it happens.
But
okay.
Indiana Jones is my favorite ride, I think.
I didn't even think about that.
I'm going to scratch all of it. Sorry. The Disneyland Railroad is my favorite attraction of all time.
Okay. When I was... God,
also, we really got to wrap up in the next 10 minutes. We haven't even eaten dinner yet, so we got to go do that.
Okay. Oh, and we're having waffles for dinner. I am not missing waffles. Okay. I love Big Thunder Railroad. I love Hollywood Tower of Terror and California Adventure when it was Hollywood Tower of Terror. Guardians is great. I love Guardians. I love the Disney World Hollywood Tower of Terror, but California Adventure, Hollywood Tower of Terror, 100% probably my favorite attraction now that I'm saying it out loud. But but it doesn't exist anymore. So Big Thunder Mountain and Indiana Jones. I find that I do those two almost every time I go. Ooh, and Space Mountain. But only if you're riding in the front seat. If you're not in the front seat of Space Mountain, don't go on it. I mean, still go on it, but like...
Our Space Mountain is better than Disney World's. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were reading something. Our Space
reading.
Mountain is better than Disney World's. Because we have music and they don't. And even though I have no memory of them having no music, he won't let me forget about it.
It's lame. I don't know.
I even last time we went on it, because he told me that after the first time we went to Disney World, and I was like, it doesn't have music? I don't know what you're talking about. And then, Runaway Railway is also a really good one. Remy's, do not agree.
Yeah.
I very much do not like that ride. No offense to you. I'm glad that you like it. But to me, I'm not a fan. But Runaway Railway, that one's really good.
Really loving all the trackless rides,
And also I think you just rescued some rant of mine that I don't remember.
You really like all the trackless. We like the trackless.
Okay. The trackless is just this new technology, and I love how smooth it flows. I mean, you're just like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
I mean,
but,
I
like,
really enjoy Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I will go on that ride because I think that, in my mind, I remember when it opened in Disney World, how popular it was and how long the wait times were. And when here in California, it did have a long time where it was really, really long. But now there's times you could just pretty much go in circles on and off of it. And I think, like, when it's at that time, fantastic ride. Love that ride.
And Rise of the Resistance, I don't get to ride it often because of the weight. It's always at a big weight. But I love that one because it combines so many things of the Disney attractions. Like the drop of Tower of Terror. It incorporates that into the ride. And it just uses so many different technologies that Disney has developed. We gotta go?
Yeah, no, I'm just getting some text about something else. I'm sorry. Don't mean to be on my phone. It's hard to be distracted.
Let's see. Oh, wait, there's more? How's this work?
You select.
No, I thought I saw more pop up under here.
Oh, yeah, there's... What are your favorite ships out of LA?
Oh.
What is my favorite ship? Navigator is my favorite ship out of LA, I think. Royal Caribbean.
I'm gonna have to go with Navigator or Miracle. Well, if we're talking about ships, Navigator. Because it has Flow Rider, it has the slide, it has... That's the stuff that I like about cruising, is like the things to do. That's why I love Royal Caribbean. But the experience on Miracle... It was I think the first time that I actually felt relaxed and like rejuvenated after a cruise. And for some reason that just, and also doing like the behind the scenes tour. How can you beat that? And making friends on the ship. How do you beat that?
Though. Yeah.
It's part of it is just about experience. Not that I didn't enjoy Navigator with my family, because that was also a great experience.
When we walked off Miracle, we felt more like we had just gotten off a Disney cruise than we had felt like we'd gotten off a Royal Caribbean cruise. And not in the same feeling like it was like super... Well, like, in a different way.
Yeah. It was, I don't know.
It was because of the interactions and experiences we had. It was just so good in a different way. It wasn't like like you were a number. It felt more like being like friends with some of the crew members, and they were also friendly. They really were. At least the people that we met. Also, good night, Mandarino family. And Zach said good night to you as well. Also, kids love Mickey and Minnie's. They probably ride it 6 times a day. I would too. But yeah, so Navigator was definitely one of the best ships with the most things going on. Norwegian Bliss is one that we have on the list that we want to do. Mm-hmm. And Carnival Panorama is another one that we have on the list that we want to do. Those are two
I don't know why I keep thinking that we're doing
bigger ships. Yeah, we're doing Frenzy, which is going to be the similar,
for
like
some
the
reason,
sister.
In my brain, we're totally doing Carnival Panorama, and we're not. Wait, is that the one that you said? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're not. What?
We're not doing Panorama.
No, I know, but that's the one that I keep thinking that we are.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we haven't done yet, and there's a lot that we have.
Yeah, because we've done Princess, we've done Disney. Well, Disney doesn't go out of LA, but it's still set in California.
Okay, wait. Well, if we're counting that, then that's my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
So I thought we were talking about LA.
Then yeah, I guess.
Southern California, the Disney Wonder.
I was just throwing that in the list, but yeah, I guess technically, it's not.
Disney Wonder.
If you count that, then yes, the Wonder. But I still think Navigator. I think just beats it. As ship wise.
No.
Like
no.
No. Like I enjoyed our experience aboard Miracle a lot more than some of the other cruises we've done. But
the ship is.
But the ship itself was not better. It was just like.
So it's kind of the same with Disney.
Don't mind me just looking at the shockingly low prices of that December cruise you mentioned.
It is low.
I also have a deal on December 8th. I know it's like super soon. Because I'm gonna lose it in like 3 days. Like there's a deal. Anyone goes out to anyone. If anyone's interested, I have like 2 cabins, inside cabins. It's $673 for 2 people. For December 8th, it's 3 nights, Friday to Monday. Anyone's interested. I just happen to have travel agency rates for it that I could spread to anyone that's interested. It was for a group of like for my family. There just happens to be 2 left. Because yeah, so. I don't know what the prevailing rate is right now off the top of my head, but I do know that they're definitely lower than next year. Next year gets more expensive. Navigator we kind of get priced out of Navigator, to be honest, because we're so used to paying so low prices for Navigator that to pay anything higher than like $600 for 2 people kind of gets a little expensive. Yeah. So Navigator might be disappearing off the list for a little bit until things kind of return back to form. But yes, come to California. We can go to Disneyland too. Okay, I think I'm just going to put this out here. Any last minute questions that anyone has, Just gonna do one round of things. We had so much fun talking to everyone, though. Thank you for all the
I
questions.
feel like we didn't talk about Miracle like we were going to.
We didn't do it at all. It was just a plan that in case if no one showed up, which we totally planned for no one to show up, we were ready. But you guys came, and we had a lot of fun.
You guys are awesome in the comments. We love this. I love being able to interact with you guys live, even though we move the screen.
Sorry.
Even though we're not very good at this, and I'm like super awkward, I really do enjoy getting to interact live and answer actual questions instead of just thinking about what people might be wondering and then answering. And my brain does not work like most people, so.
Yeah, she has some real different questions. So, yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad that we were able to do a live stream. It wasn't planned until literally last minute. I think we've said it multiple times.
I literally got off work early, and he said, let's do it.
So the fact that we actually got a live stream in and people showed up, I am so happy. Live streams are not a thing that we normally do. We're trying to do them more often, but slowly we'll implement them more.
But thank you all for watching.
Mm-hmm.
If you stayed through the whole thing, like, you're insane. Why? No, thank you for the support. If you came in part way, rewatch it to get the first part of the conversation because you might have come in a little lost. And yeah.
I think that's it because I don't think we're getting any more questions. So that is fun. All right. I think we're going to call it.
Yes.
Going
Thank
once,
you so much, you guys.
Going twice.
We love you.
Soul to me.
And I'll try to remember my pins next time. I don't remember who asked that. But someone asked about the pins. I'll just dump them out just to show you how many I have.
Oh, gosh. Alrighty. How do we do outros again? I don't remember.
As always, this isn't a goodbye, but just
see you real soon. And then the awkward